right, let's back it up. Jagged Pass. Little mini gauntlet. Honk, happy 4th. Thank you and welcome. Got fireworks going off behind me right now. Okay, I think we got the squad. Let's just do a quick review of the plan. Talonflame, no Penguin, Drapion, Escav, and Sandslash. All right. And then first battle. Let's see. I know.
The best mattress deals, so you can get your best sleep. The 4th of July mattress sale ends soon.
I need
at
wise
Raymore and
glasses on
Flanagan.
you.
Combined sale pricing with interest-free financing for up to 72 months. Hurry in. 4th of July mattress deals end soon. I'd do anything.
What are you doing?
Putting magic fairy dust on Murphy and Buzz so we can
I
play
got
together.
sun up.
Oh.
Hi, I've got a better
I don't know
idea.
what that
Doesn't
means.
involve glitter. Great.
But
Let's go to
hello.
PetSmart. Check out Hill Science Diet. It's formulated for long, healthier lives. And get it delivered with
Hello,
AutoShip.
Ben. Sun up. Oh yeah, I've been going back and forth. Gotcha. That's yeah. I've been looking at gym calcs for a while. All of the torque holes that I don't have answers to. But thank you, thank you. Welcome in, Ben. How you doing? Doesn't change anything. The first fight is relatively free. We do have to dodge no setup into double crit. It's so funny. This like mini little gauntlet is so not hard, except that everything's hard for my box. Everything. The Omastar Pokemon is insane. Omastar is quite good, right? Special you know, here's how you know I'm an Omastar Glazer. I keep Power Gem on my Caracosta because I think that special rock cover just that good. Imagine if you had it on an actual special attacker that also had Protect or Swift Swim. Hello. Yeah, he's a guy. He is a guy. All right, Citrus on you seems fine. I don't think item matters on Talonflame, which means it might as well be Citrus. Donphan, do you need damage boost? You do. Donphan gets the soft sand. No, Donphan gets the citrus because we can Ice Shard. Cool. And then Sandslash, I don't think has a job this fight. Nor does Escav. Adversity NG+. Well, it's hard, and if your guy pull is broken, you're in trouble. And I didn't route early game, right? I routed at the end of the game when I felt like I had enough to win. I saved some encounters, so like all of the work that I did in the original run to set myself up for success comes post Gym 6, right? I have to make it to Winona the same way everybody else does. And the average NG Plus run doesn't make it past Brawly, so, you know, here we are. Right, I didn't route the whole game. That would be crazy and awesome, and I love that, but I didn't get to do that. All right, so this is basically like I have 4 Pokemon to counter the Zebstrika, and then I just assume that I'll be fine versus the other 2 guys. Technically, Luxray has to dodge double crit into no setup, but that's fictional enough for me. And even if he does it, I can probably switch out and win. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, but you know, NG Plus is hard. It just is. But this game is hard on its own. But we really have only had 1 good encounter since. Oh God. When was our last? We had Drapion, right? Drapion was a good encounter. And then before that. Did I pull 117? Am I crazy? Did I just never pull 117? Hold on. Or is it in the death box? No, 117 is the electric route, right? I got Luxray at the start of the game. Do I have a second electric type? Oh, I pulled Lantern and Lantern died. That's right. I needed it for Watson. Which is a shame because Lantern is one of the things I was supposed to pick up on Surf Sim that might end up being -1 encounter. Yeah. Now 111 we have Steelix. All right. Let's get in there. This gauntlet shouldn't be too bad. Technically, the first 2 fights aren't riskless, but they should be fine. They really should be. This gauntlet is very free with Turtle, so it's the first time I've really had to work hard to plan it at all. With the exception of the Thievul, which is always a pain. It just is, because it can set up on everything. Unless you have Guts Conk, and then you don't care. Okay, we have the items. Do I have healing items? I have enough. All right, let's go. All right, this should be fine, right? We brought Intimidate and 2 Shell Armor guys. How bad could it be? Zebstrika has Overheat, and we need to get it to use Overheat once, but exactly once. It can Screens here, or it can Overheat. This is Sap Sipper Zebstrika.
Wayfair presents mattresses. Stack up the savings with mattresses starting at just $300.
Nice. Okay, we needed it to be both -1 attack and -2 special attack in order for Drapion to do the job here. If it were more minus attack or not minus special, then we'd have problems. There's still overlap, but this makes it really unlikely that we get Zing Zap flinched before we can get off a scary face.
Try gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Okay, he can also light screen randomly. Just double check myself that Scary Face isn't somehow a grass type move in this game. It is not. It's normal. Great, now he goes to -4. Now he's clicking Zing Zap or Light Screen. We do have to be a little bit time sensitive. We can't let screens be up. Unless it's I guess if it's the Kling Clang, that's fine. But we leech life here. We essentially heal the damage that he does to us. This is Zing Zap or Light Screen. He does like 3% more than we do to him. All right, we leech life again. And then if he clicks Light Screen, we're just gonna click Scary Face a bunch of times. We have KO with knockoff right now. Nice. Save me a citrus, would you? Bummer. But unimportant. All right, let's see what comes in next, because we can also choose, we can negotiate our HP. No, we can't because of Light Screen. Right. Let's just see what we're getting. At 104 HP, which is, we're gonna, a little bit over 2/3. We still outdamage the Bibarel, and we don't outdamage Kling Clang. So this is gonna be Kling Clang for Gear Grind or Shift Gear. We do have to knock off. -1 Shuka. You might only get one of those in the game, dude, and you wasted it on my Drapion. It's poor planning. Alright, Kling Clang comes out. Go Donnie. Want to go Donnie here? Yes, we do. Thinking about Intimidate, but I don't want to. I could have gone Talonflame as well. I should have gone Talonflame. That was technically correct. But we just high horsepower. High horsepower usually kills. He can't set up. We have a citrus, so we're never dead to his 2 little hit attack, even if he quad crit me. This doesn't always kill, but we have Ice Shard. Of course, he hits the range. And then this is Bibarel, who can also set up on us. And he's simple Quick Claw, which is scary. But the joke's on him. We actually want him to set up, because setting up would allow us to get a free switch into Luxray. Yo, T, what's up? What's up, King? All right. Interesting that his attack only dropped by 1. That's a bug, because this is simple, and it should have been doubled. His attack should have dropped by 2 stages, not 1. Let me double check the damage. Maybe it did, it just doesn't read different text. Let's see. -1 Waterfall did. Yes, it is, but I don't have Turtle. I don't have a real grass type. Happy 4th. That was a nice day. I hope you had a good one. We were just at home with family. So that did 25 damage. 25 was a -2 roll, so it just didn't read the text differently. It did correctly identify. And then with Wise Glasses, Thunderbolt always kills. He can't paralyze us. He can Quick Claw, Stomping Tantrum us, but it doesn't matter. Battle Girl Danielle. Who is Battle Girl Danielle? Because you're in a similar spot to me, right? Is that in Flannery Gym? Some little guy my older daughter was going back and forth with, said her parents come here and interrupt my gaming sesh. Whoa. Flygon. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that one. I look cooked in that one too. So far, it looks like I'm gonna get random move Embor, and I just have to not get the wrong move. So, yep. Oh no, I know it well. Blaziken Flannery Trainer is all you needed to say. All right, second battle. Kind of the same deal here. I am gonna pop the builder up. Little 11-year-olds arguing with the internet had their parents come here talking. Oh man, once the parents get involved, you know
Empower your
it's
students to be more authentic,
off the
impactful
rails.
writers with
Sorry
Grammarly's
you had to deal with that on a
comprehensive AI
holiday.
writing assistance.
That's like the people that are mad
Use it
at
to
other
help
people for
students
setting off
brainstorm
fireworks on
better
like
ideas
National
before they write.
Fireworks Day here in America. Like,
Document the
I
writing
don't like that
process.
they upset my kids or my dog either, but like, come on,
Check for
people,
plagiarism and
it's today.
AI-generated text.
If you do it at 1 a.m., all right, now I get why people are mad.
Cite sources correctly.
I have no doubt that you're like,
real-time feedback.
get out of my face.
And much more.
All right, we have no
Hear it from a
pre-damage
former
required for
CIO
any
of
of the
Wharton
fights. We
Business
can
School.
always heal. One nice thing about playing this without Torterra is that I don't have to worry about remembering to Lepa anything.
It's not just a grammar tool. It's your responsible AI writing assistant for the new era.
There you go. There you go. You can tell them where to stick it, right? That's very nice. All right, so here we just want to get some intimidates. So Luxray and Sandslash are gonna pivot back and forth. We're gonna knock down this Reckless guy to ideally -3/-3, and we should have no problem doing that. How much do you take? You take nothing. Okay, so I'm not even giving you a citrus. Sandslash does get a citrus in case of crits. And then you get a metal coat. I didn't mean to buy a second metal coat, though I don't need it here. Yeah, I just don't talk about it at all. Like I'm not into fighting anybody. I leave that to the children. So we get him to -3, and then we're gonna Toxic, and we're gonna double Scary Face, and that will let Escavalier outspeed, and then switch in and KO with Iron Head. So that's what all the drops are for, is to give us time to do all these moves. We might stick in an extra turn. I'm not sure what the exact is, but Escav with a metal coat just one-shots the Togekiss. It can click substitute, but it can't attack us and click substitute, so it just loses. Donphan doesn't need to do anything, so it can have a Citrus Berry. Same goes for Talonflame. Yeah, look, Tia, and the other thing, right? I'm speaking in the general case. If there's a context where my tune's going to change quickly, it's definitely going to be where I'm sticking up for my kids. I haven't been in many of those situations in my life where somebody's coming after someone I care about, but the attitude switches very quickly. I'm a calculated guy 99.9% of the time. Orin, citrus, metal coat, citrus. No way we want no item on you. But Orin is fine. Yeah, who knows? People be crazy. Especially children fighting over internet. Like, the answer is they should be playing outside. That's the answer. Should be eating dirt. All right, we hit him with the Intimidate number 1. This is always head charge. Go to Sand Slash. It's funny bringing double steel type to this this little gauntlet. This is always Revenge because we are quad super effective fighting type. And I'll say this, I've heard a lot of negativity about Sand Slash, and I'm not saying it's great, but the disrespect is pretty high for a Pokemon with a unique typing, a quad resist, and 2 quad super effectives that's slow with priority, right? That means it's really good at baiting the moves that you want. It's really good at tanking the moves you want it to take, and then it has a specialty of being fast in hail. Like, why don't people like this thing? The Hypnosis double after CR. Oh no, I missed that. I watched the Tailwind double where we lost Big P. That one can get out of hand quickly. Oh yeah, the punish of I lost one guy and that made me lose another guy. It can, what's the word? There's the crit. That's why we went City. We actually didn't need to, but we did it. All right, now he's -3. -3 is the magic number. Yeah, no normal type. Oh, so you couldn't switch into the Hex very well. Yeah. All right, now he's -3. We just go straight to the Drapion. Nothing does that much damage anymore. We could, yeah. Whoop, sorry, I went full screen. Bouffalant is a threat, man. Alright, because he's taking recoil as well, we can't guarantee exactly when he's going to be out. I mean, I could go do the math on all of my ranges, but I'm not going to. That's a lot of effort. Yeah, I mean, it's just stab normal moves, right? Like lots of, and this guy's reckless, so he's bet, right? This is 120 base power stab move with a boost, basically with a life orb. I think reckless is life orb for recoil moves. Okay, and we don't even care if we accidentally kill this guy, so we're gonna click 1 leech life. No, we're not. We're gonna click Scary Faces. Hey, what's up? I know I haven't lost yet. I'm so sorry. And look at all the status moves I'm clicking. You just, nothing he can do about it. Bop. Click these status moves, pal. All right. Do I die? He's -3 attack. He's minus, I don't even know if I clicked Scary Face yet. I clicked 1 Scary Face. Head charge max roll is 40, so I should never die here. I got a Drudagon with rough skin and Guy V's. Scary, but never dead. And then we go here. Yep, I've guaranteed Chomp if I ever make it to NG++. That's true. Only guy left. My guy pull is broken, sir. It is a very good Jardigon. It does help our box. We have a really hard time switching into fire and switching into flamethrower, solar beam, and sun specifically. Jardigon will do that. So it may help us get through at least Flan's gym, and we struggle with special bulk on the team, especially against fire moves, and it's plus Videf. So as much as it's not a guy, and it is not a guy, it will help. He doesn't come with Rock Slide. Oh no, we didn't hit the range. Well, guess what? We're faster. Escavalier outspeeding somebody. Let's go. That's a -3 attack, -4 speed Bouffalon. That's all it takes. Yeah, somebody else told me he was a Rock Slider, or maybe you did the other day. And then Ironhead just kills whenever this guy doesn't click Substitute. He can't crit me. Yeah, he gets Rock Climb. He doesn't get Rock Slide, from my memory. He does get all the punch moves. I'm told he does very well on Penguin Bridge Rival, but that's light years away. All right, third trainer. All right, this is the one that requires a little bit of thought, but I think it's safe. Well, it's almost safe. Luxray has to dodge. Again, we have a turn where a Pokemon Arcanine can set up, and if it doesn't set up and double crits me, I'm in trouble. But that's like less than 1%.
Let's go to PetSmart. Check out Science Diet. It's formulated for long, healthier lives. Nice.
Citrus.
Anything for pets.
Yeah, well, the people have not been letting him off the hook. We're not giving him any room to make excuses. Like, just play the game, dude. I'm sure he doesn't enjoy basically being told he's being weak. You get a Rostberry just in case. You get no item because you're baiting knockoff. You're the lead. Cheese told me he was considering NG+, and then he looked at the encounters, and he said, ain't no way that's ever happening. So I don't know when he told that to you, but timing does matter. Can you do NG+? You're welcome to come back to Run and Bun and play it with us, friend, in whatever format you choose. All right, does anybody need Lepa anything? I've mostly clicked status moves. I've clicked more scary faces than attacking moves on Drapion. Let's go. Just typical IB Wing gauntlet fight. What does Escav need? I don't think Escav has a job on this one, so I guess the answer is I could bait a Flare Blitz at some point. Sandslash needs the Metal Coat. I think this is where Sandslash shines, right? I just talked about what it does well in doubles. It's going to do the same thing well for us here. I didn't do Pulte, I duped Dreepy. I can catch Dracloak or Dragapult. Dave did. Oh yeah. Dave, did you have yeah, Hydreigon is better than Dragapult, especially in NG+. Every NG+ success story I've seen has included Hydreigon doing incredible things. Guys, there are so many good Pokemon in the game. I know they don't all learn Fake Out and Overheat, but there are so many good Mons. All right, so I had this line cooked originally, and then I realized there was a problem. And the problem is Flare Blitz bug. So shout out to Ben. We recooked our line to play around the potential for getting burned and our Rostberry not activating on the turn we attack. Flare Blitz bug, I don't know the mechanics of it, but I'm told that there's a the timing of the checks for when your berry activates and when Flare Blitz checks if it burns you for the secondary effect is like out of order. It's the same timing bug that allows Galissapod to switch out twice in a fight instead of once. So Ben's PB wiped to Mew Flare Blitz burn in Hellroom against his Overquill that was clicking Explosion and holding a Rostberry. He got burnt, the Rostberry didn't activate, and then he blew up and didn't KO the Mew and wiped. So we are going to. He did not closet. He did not closet. The picture when he's not before he started going on camera, the picture on his overlay was of that moment. Yeah, he did indeed. That is a well-documented bug, in fairness. I think a good portion of runners would not clause that at this stage of the game.
Wayfair presents mattresses. Stack up the savings with mattresses.
But for all the people out there that say learn from your mistakes, no. Learn from other people's mistakes. That way you don't have to make them. After you threw your laptop. I knew that Flare Blitz was bugged, and so I probably would not have claused it, which is funny considering that I literally claused that fight. I stand by it. Is there a reason to lead Luxray just to get a free Intimidate? There probably is. Right? It's just a free Intimidate. And then he's clicking Woodhammer. Are we worried about Woodhammer? No. So let's do that. Let's lead Intimidate on Talonflame. Never run a range past Norman. Well, I'm not that crazy. That's not what I say. I did go Citrus on Luxray, right? I didn't change it to an Oran like an idiot. I did. That could punish me if I get crit. Should be fine. I actually don't think it could be a problem. All right, we go Talonflame on Woodhammer. Maybe this is a high horsepower sometimes. And then this is going to be knockoff. We are going to roost one time. No, knockoff's going to do more than that would do. There's no reason to roost. The acro. We do lots of damage. He Woodhammers, which is a little bit funny. There's the flame body. Now we roost. And again, our line prefers setup. So we could get Talonflame into a very precise damage range to prevent Howl from Arcanine, but we want Arcanine to Howl. So we just take this KO. I don't know what is in the water with me these days, but I just let Pokemon set up. Nice crit, buddy. 19 damage. All right, this should be Arcanine for out damage. He intimidates. We itemless don't fast two-shot because we are minus attack. And I wanted to go Donphan, but Donphan could have the burn thing happen. So instead we're going to go Luxray, and the best outcome is Howl. But non-crit Wild Charge is also fine. Nice. So that's just a not right. That's a free switch. Howl plus Intimidate is a free switch. Love it. Because Flare Blitz never kills us. And that lets us get a nuzzle off. All right, now we feel like a genius for the Oran Berry. Let's go. With all of the recoil that he took, he cannot set up here, so this is guaranteed Flare Blitz. Right. Guaranteed Flare Blitz. Yeah, 91 HP. Neutral attack. We go back to Talonflame. So a super convoluted thing, but the goal was, okay, let me get Donphan in on an attack on any attack. Didn't even have to be. It could have been Flare Blitz as long as he wasn't +1 attack. On any attack, after we get a nuzzle off, or a scary face, so we can drop the speed. And the ranges just kind of work out for us perfectly. High horsepower always kills. We're faster with the nuzzle. Even with terrain up, high horsepower is not reduced power. Tell me. Guess what? We are always dead to Grass Knot from the Wigglytuff, and we are super slow on Donphan, so it comes in for fast KO and cannot blow up on us. Which is perfect. We actually live Boom on Sandslash, so it would be fine. Or is there like one roll? There's one roll of crit Boom. My Sandslash is not a good one, so we need Life Orb Tick from this Wigglytuff via its own Grass Knot. And then just the 4% differential between Grass and Life Orb is enough for us to confirm the range here. Let's make sure we do have the Metal Coat, and we do. No, the nature is good. I'm 5 attack. I'm also only 1 HP, 3 defense, so the nature is just making up for the IVs here. There we go. That was like by 1 HP, always a KO. Yeah. The only thing above half, meaning above 15, is special attack, right? The stats that matter: HP, attack, defense, and speed for this guy. 1, 5, 3, 2. But what he does do is be dead to fire type moves. So this is always Burning Jealousy. The problem with Thievul is Thievul being able to click an attacking move as you switch in. Or sorry, being able to click Nasty Plot as you switch in. That is not the case here. He can't. That's why we couldn't use Penguin. Penguin is too bulky and could get Nasty Plot on switch in. And then Drapion has just enough bulk here with Leech Life and Grassy Healing that if he sets up here, we should always win. He doesn't, which makes it even easier. We 3-shot through grassy terrain, but the Leech Life Healing means that we were never dead in the turns we needed. What is so many commercials today? All right. We're never dead. We had a decent chance to 2-shot there, but we always live for 3. Yeah, I got Sandslash's cell number, and I'm still telling you it's a good mon. I have one of the best natures for it, and just garbage IVs. Drudagon's the first Pokemon I've caught that had a good nature and good IVs. I have yet to catch a good Pokemon with a good nature and good IVs. That has yet to happen in the run, which is crazy. Oh no, that's not true. That is not true. I caught Onyx, which sucked as an Onyx, but is now a Steelix. No, minus Spadef has been a problem numerous times already on Drapion. It's not. I know it's plus speed, but that's like it's a neutral nature. Drapion usually outspeeds the stuff it needs to outspeed naturally. It doesn't really outspeed anything extra, as far as I've experienced. Like, Drapion's the best encounter I've gotten in terms of all the combinations, but it's still not like... Until I see Drapion do something because of its nature, I can't be like, oh my god, yeah, it's amazing. Drapion's really good all by itself. I don't think that the nature makes it better. You want him to have bulk to take moves with Shell Armor. That's his job. Oh, yeah, make sure I greet the Leaf Storm Scale. So we do have to save here. Because once we are given the egg, we are locked in to the Pokemon. Yeah, actually, this is my favorite encounter in terms of nature and IVs. Even though I'm 1 defense, minus special attack, never mind. But 31 HP on Turtonator, Shell Armor guy, plus Spadef is really good. It doesn't usually need plus defense because it's so bulky. But having it be able to pivot in special moves is great. So this is one I'm super excited about. And then Gigalith is very good. I got the 50-50 ability. He's got all good IVs. Nothing's bad. Gigalith is very good. All right. And now we're gonna put Turtonator as our fire type to speed up the egg process. This is our Seppi guy pull. It's got to be a turtle, right? It's just got to be. Okay. We save. And look, no question, for the long-term health of the run, Sceptile is the high roll and Mudkip. Trico's the high roll, Mudkip is the low roll. That said, let's go pick up our Charcoal for good luck. We've struggled with Torkoals, and Swampert learns Earth Power. So if we happen to get a Mudkip with good special attack, we will not be mad. If we get a Mudkip with bad special attack, that is the super omega low roll. This is 50-50. Well, it's not. This can be Blaziken, and then we just have to re-roll. Don't save. Finally cut your hair. I didn't notice your hair was getting long. As soon as my hair touches my ears, I cut it off. That's how I do it. Please, Swampert. Dave, I'm telling you, man, haven't I had enough adversity? First try. Come on. This does not help any of our problems in the gym, but this is a guy. This is a guy. Come on. Yeah, I won one 50-50 in 7 encounters. Yeah, I'm a fraud. Oh, save right away. Excuse me. I have had 3 Tricos in my life in this game, and all 3 of them were minus speed out of egg. good news is I'm used to using minus speed Seppi. It will still do what it needs to on the Blastoise. It still does. It's so fast base speed, it'll do a lot of the things it needs to do, but that's still a huge L on the nature. Spadef is helpful though. Min speed is brutal. This is now like almost a guaranteed 2 scales in a run that doesn't have any scales. Brutal. Max Spadef is nice. But this is not Turtle Bridge Rival, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the Spadef part is good, but it's the right Mon with the wrong stuff. We got the good special attack, we got good special defense, and we got nothing else. Alright. Please report to the box. No, that's not the box. We also probably have to level this guy up right away. Look at this box. Don't you think I'm using enough non-optimal shit? You think I need more? I've already got a minus speed sassy guy that's still pulling its weight. I don't need any more. I've got the market cornered on minus attack and minus speed. Right? This guy? Bam. Fast bug? Not really. This guy? 0 attack, 2 speed. The hits keep coming. Leaf Storm guy? Min special attack. Caracosta? Swift Slim, 0 attack. Mienshao, fast fighting type? Just kidding. It's brave. Great attack. Lopunny? Quiet? Nearly min speed. Come on. Come on. I gotta beat all of the gym trainers first. Welcome in, Sissy. We have a long way to go before we can do anything against Flannery. Every fight takes a long time because we have hot garbage in the box. But we have a dream. We have the NG Plus Attempt 1 dream, and we won't let it die until the game makes me die. Yes, it is. Indeed, it is Harry. It is Mr. Guy Pole. I needed to borrow some of your Guy Pole, and I got like half. I got half. I got the right Mon. We will put Sceptile in the calc. Level... What do I get? 57? And what would I have? I'd have... This is the old Protect. Oh, I think I'm supposed to keep Leaf Blade, right? I'm supposed to keep Leaf Blade for the Lantern. I've never done that before. I've always kept Quick Attack for Focus Sashes. But for now, I can just say it's Protect, and it's Giga Drain, and it's Energy Ball, and it's Leaf Blade, sure. And then question 2 is, do I need to try to keep it under leveled? So let's look immediately at the lead here, because we're plus SPDEF, which might make it difficult for us to show Sludge Bomb kills to the Salazzle. So in doubles, yeah, level 57 doesn't do it. I forget when this guy gets the move. Trico is the one that learns it. Okay, 46 detect. Got it. So 46 Trico gets detect evolved. So 47 is the minimum Sceptile I can get. And minimum Sceptile is enough. What's the highest level I can? All right, 51's the target at Flannery, which means I'd have to be a level or two below that. And then that's still going to bait Fire Blast from Charizard, almost certainly. As long as it doesn't bait Heat Wave, it's okay. One roll, man. One roll. Okay, so 52's the number on you. Does 52 work? It does. Okay. Yeah, that's the hard part to play around. I think I've got an answer for that fight, though. All right, I just want to take a note to myself that Sceptile needs to stay under-leveled. There are rare cases with Lycanroc where you can lead a level 5 guy to get guaranteed protect, or guaranteed fake out turn 1, and like fast KO the Charizard and then break the Focus Sash with your Togedemaru that we totally have, or Druddigon in this case. But we don't have a fast Pokemon on the other slot. Think about that. That would be crazy, right? Now, Druddigon won't even outspeed in Tailwind, right? What's Tailwind Drud? 138. Too slow. Okay. Is there a reason to evolve it? Yes, there's an Octillery that I'm currently risking a crit to potentially wipe. Because it's Sniper Scope Lens, and I have to switch my Luxray into it. My only grass type right now is Carnivine. And Carnivine is so terrible that it can't outspeed a minus speed Octillery, who has a 4-level disadvantage and a lower base speed than Carnivine. That is how ass Carnivine is. This is the easiest Pokemon in the game for Carnivine to KO. And it can't do it. Carnivine is essentially not having an encounter right now. It did some things in early game. It is just -1 encounter. It has not come to a fight since the desert ended. And Luxray has been risked on like 4 different fights because it is basically functioning as my grass type. Yes, I've brought Torterra versus this every time. Too. You can keep bringing up Torterra. I already love the guy. I don't need a reminder how great he is. So let's calc with level 50 Sceptile. If we have to go to 51, we will, because I probably don't need him more than once. And let's do this Cinderace fight, which is in singles and out of Sun. I think I've got the answer to this one. It's not riskless, but it's pretty fictional problems. Though admittedly a bit steery. We lead Caracosta, that's pretty standard. We have to level Caracosta all the way up. We don't need it to be lower level anyway, as far as I know. So we go 57 Caracosta. Yeah. Brain. We go level 57 Caracosta, and Caracosta is getting guaranteed high jump kick. We protect for 50% damage, and then we go to Masquerain. Masquerain gets an Intimidate. We get guaranteed Acro. We get guaranteed Pyro Ball. We go back to Caracosta. I'm sorry, we don't go back to Caracosta. We go to Floatzel. On the guaranteed Pyro Ball, we're Water Veil, and we'll have the Muscle Band, and Fake Out Aqua Jet will KO. If he misses Masquerain with High Jump Kick, he will live on 1 HP. If he misses Floatzel with Pyro Ball, then we have to pivot until he hits me. And that's where things get scary. I didn't really have that part. I didn't think about that part perfectly. I guess that's so bad, actually. Pyro Ball miss into Floatzel is a major problem. Do I want to do anything about that? Because I don't have a pivot. I don't have another pivot. Pyro Ball miss is... He's wide lens, so that's a 1%. I think I can deal with 1%. Yeah, 1% miss with wide lens. GMO Shalom or Kingler. There's a lot of things I could use, but what we have is terrible Floatzel, so that's what we're going to use. We assume the Pyro Ball hits. We go Fake Out Aqua Jet. We bait Acrobatics Talonflame. We go back to Caracosta. We Power Gem, and we always bait Rotom. So other than a 1% miss, we don't care about High Jump Kick missing. Other than, yeah, Pyro Ball miss is a problem, High Jump Kick miss is not. Then we get Rotom for Guaranteed Thunderbolt because we've taken chip damage. Guaranteed Thunderbolt means we can go to Donphan. Donphan is sturdy, so it's never dead. We'll go Rostberry in case he wants to burn me. And then he's pretty likely to click Overheat. We just want to knock off. We click knock off. If he doesn't overheat, sorry. Until we are down from sturdy, we're just gonna kind of sit here because he can't nasty plot twice, but he could Will-O-Wisp twice. But once we can die, we'll get out of the field, but leftovers are gone and he's below 68%. We have to do a little bit of just like Caracosta pivoting to make sure he's not brain. To make sure he is not plus special attack, we need him to get kind of lower. There are worlds where Donphan does enough damage where we can get Floatzel in on Overheat and KO with a flip turn. That would be ideal. We just can't count on it. So instead, our plan is to get Turtonator on the field holding a Shed Shell against a -2 or more Rotom. And we have a couple of Caracosta pivots with which to accomplish that. Because we can go Caracosta Donphan kind of on repeat, even if Donphan's 1 HP. In fact, we want Donphan at 1 HP. That's ideal. And then the fiction is, if we can't KO with Flip Turn, and we get Thunderbolt paralysis into multi-paralysis turns, then we will get a non-consistent. If we get low enough that we're Flare Blitz Chandelure, things get real bad, and we have no counterplay. But assuming it's any of the other 3 moves, Black Glasses Weavile will just come in, tank a crit drop from Shadow Ball, and win. So I feel like this is, relative to a lot of the lines I've had to run recently, this is about as good as it gets. I have a consistent order. and lots of ways that I don't lose anything. Got to use my sauce buck. This, by the way, guys, this is the easiest fight for me in the gym.
I took control,
In case you're looking at this team going, that doesn't look like a very solid team. You're right. This is the only fight that looked reasonably doable.
But working in someone else's kitchen just wasn't cutting it for me.
Shandy can't beat Buck. It can with Fire Blast, dog. Or Psychic. Yeah, right. I'm getting triple random potentially. It's not guaranteed Ghost Move. I don't have guaranteed Ghost Move. I do remember you doing it. Your sauce buck was awesome. I just can't. I can't replicate. Liquidation, yes, please. All right, let's update that. Nice. All right, items. This is one of the fights that are why I like Power Gem on Caracosta so much, because this Town on Flame still probably wants to click Will-O-Wisp on me, but it won't make me take an extra turn to KO it. He dies in one Power Gem, and there's nothing he can do about it. Yeah, so far I've used Power Gem Costa kind of for the last 6 months. I've never run into a situation where I needed Rock Slide and Power Gem couldn't get the job done, or Liquidation couldn't get the job done. Now that was true with Aqua Jet support, so the combination of Power Gem plus Knockoff might not be the best one, but I was willing to try it on a run that I thought was going nowhere. Whoops. Whoops. Floatzel, you're so bad you need Muscle Band to do 50% super effectively. Good job, buddy. You are ass. No way. Rostberry Don fan. Alright, I am very apprehensive about this gym. I've been doom calcing offline for 2 days, and it's not been good, man. It just hasn't been good. All of our bad natures that don't hit, that are just leaving us terrible ranges are coming out to bite us. And the fact that we have like 3 4x fire weaknesses. Yeah, oh, that Delphox is a freak demon. Not to mention, oh, you're Insomnia, right? So you can't get attacked by the bad move, the Hypnosis move that prevents Sucker Punch from working. I don't know if it works, but I have a dream that my Penguin's gonna somehow chain kill it with Scald. That's what I want. I want Tailwind plus Scald chain kill. Let me have it, game. Let me have it. Citrus, Muscle Band, Rost, Shed Shell, Black Glasses. Okay. Scald does 70%. But what if I could live? Right? What if I could live the attack, have a Chesto Berry, and click Scald? I just have to get on the field. I can even guarantee, actually, I can probably guarantee that I can guarantee that I'm burnt. You'll see, I love that fight, so we'll see. If there's a way, I'll find it. All right, Gym Battle 1. It so feels like I'm missing something because I'm not playing around paralysis, but I think I got it. Destroying Infernape is so satisfying, especially dual wing beat through a focus sash when it has fake out. Nice 8, bruh. Fake out, overheat this. Cha cha. All right, hope this goes well. The 1% Pyro Ball miss is utter disaster. No way around that. I think of ways around it, kinda. They're not good ways. All right, gotta protect. Tailwind, Ben. Tailwind, because you probably don't die to it, right? Right? Bulky Penguin takes attacks. Not to mention, Penguin might be able to do some nasty things on the Rhyperior. Oh, Ben, let me show you the VOD. I'll have to go, if I can track down. I might have forgotten to record that one. I want to show you the Torterra line on that fight, because that's the blueprint that I'm gonna try and follow. Because Burn Up is one of those weird AI moves where it's still treated as highest damaging move, even though he can't click it. And so what that means is you can get guaranteed Will-O-Wisp turns and switch in, say, your synchronized Pokemon. And so you can basically you can burn Arcanine with its Will-O-Wisp guaranteed, because it's not a fire type and it ain't clicking anything else. It's so satisfying. Because Burn Up can still be highest damaging move, and that means that Will-O-Wisp is +6, and Psychic Fangs in close combat are stuck at 0 score, since they're not highest damage if they don't see a KO.
Temperament, adjusting my skill set so they're always comfortable.
Whoa. Floatzel. All right, this is guaranteed Pyro Ball.
Everything at Roger starts and ends on Slack. I love huddles because they communicate.
We're Muscle Band, we're cool. We can't get burned because of Water Veil. We needed Muscle Band to KO with Fake Out Jet. Hit me. Hit me. Let's go. No crit is good. That means Floatzel has a good shot to come back in. I'm going to check now. Am I dead to Overheat crit? Overheat crit kills me with 6 rolls, which I may have to take, if I'm being entirely honest. Especially if it's on a turn it can Will-O-Wisp. I may have to take those odds. All right, he's always a fire type. Important that we got that part, right? He has to be a fire type on the Switch so that Aqua Jet is super effective. So we Fake Out. Jet. This barely KOs, but it does. And then because we've taken some damage, this is Acrobatics, Fast Kill, Talonflame with the Flying Gem. Hanch is gonna Tailwind a -2 chipped Arcanine and chain the Delphox. That's nice. That's very nice. Inca! Sorry, your name came through super dark on my screen. Welcome in, Beast. How does he do it? With elegance and class. And ass for Pokemon. But let's go. We hit the Sceptile. It's -speed. And it's 4 IV. Let's go. All right. You know you want to Will-O-Wisp miss me. You know you want to Will-O-Wisp miss me. It shouldn't matter. I've had 3 Sceptiles in my life, Inco. All 3 of them were -speed. Power Gem, though. Guaranteed Rotom. This is not a stall strategy, so we have no reason to click Protect. At this HP, it is always and forever Thunderbolt for KO. We go to Rostberry Donphan, the classic Rotom Heat counter. He's not here to counter it, though. He has one very important job. Get rid of the leftovers so that our damage sticks. Since Dave keeps telling me that my Drapion is good, this is one of the instances where Drapion is just dead to rolls of Overheat. Most rolls of Overheat. So I would have loved to switch in and click Toxic. Can't do it. Can't even do it on like a Will-O-Wisp turn. All right, 1 HP Donphan is actually amazing because now we can get this thing low. We can get it to -6. So we go to Caracosta on Guaranteed Overheat. Ooh. Well, what's the worst that happens? Yeah, we're okay. Costa won't always be dead to Thunderbolt after it gets to -4, but that should be fine because we still have Rost intact. We'll just do this one step at a time. What will he click next? All right, -4 is great. Okay, all right. And now this is, let's see. We have Killing Roll, so he can't Nasty Plot. This is Thunderbolt Willow. Donphan still has Rost, so he's safe on Thunderbolt Willow. And that gets us Guaranteed Overheat next turn. Let's go. Let's go. I love this. We're gaming. Just switching your 1 HP Donphan. And now surely Turtonator wins this. Now he can click Nasty Plot the first turn if he wants to, but Thunderbolt does 5%, guys. It does 8 damage. And he didn't even click it. So the only way we lose this is like Thunderbolt Para. 1 billion times. And because we want to play around that, we're going to Fire Spin. I'm cheating? Shell Armor is the best ability, guys. Also, keep Fire Spin on your Turtonator. I love Fire Spin. I have so many trapping moves. Funny enough, Turtonator can kind of stay in on Chandelure for a bit, for a turn. But we won't.
Sealy Posturepedic was built to be the best for lasting comfort where you need it most. All night, every night. Shop Sealy Posturepedic today.
Yep.
At Raymore and Flanagan.
I have a. So I know, Harry, you're not in here that often, and so thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I have a very unique play style, so if you stick around, you will not see copy-pasted lines or sets here. I mean, clearly. I don't think I'm not used to seeing Aqua Jet, Float Soul, Power Gem, Caracosta, or Fire Spin on Turtonator. So you've got the full range of guys that people don't use. And then let's just double check this. This is always Shadow Ball. There's one roll of Hex. I'm sorry, but Shadow Ball is actually the worst case other than Fire Blast. So if we get crit on turn 1, we take 38%, And then if we get dropped and take another crit, we live on 4%. Black glasses always kills. He can't lose his item until we knock it off. Exactly, Inca, exactly. All right. Excellent cope, brother. Excellent cope. -1 choice item. You know, you only get 1 or 2 of those a game. You've really got to play around that. Weavile in the Fire Gym. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Minus attack, no problem. All right, that's the easy one. That is the only easy fight in the gym, and I'm sure it probably didn't look all that easy considering it took 30 turns. But that's life. That's the NG plus life. This is the adversity that Cheesemo is afraid to face. Guy needs to toughen up and get in there. All right, join me to my Doom calc. So I can make this line better with a gem, but it's still ass, and so I just don't think I'm going to use it. The lead is Ayapapa Rocks Torkoal. We have a number of possible leads. None of which are good. So let's just show and tell. We can just let rocks go up and just use special damage. So we could, like, if we want to play with rocks, we can just Dark Pulse twice with Zoroark and hope that we flinch him. We can hit a range with Hardstone, Stone Edge, Gigalith. Yep, these are the good answers, guys. These are the good answers. We can not crit him with Dragon Fang, Dragon Pulse. Pray that he clicks rocks, spin them away, and then KO with a second Dragon Pulse. But if we trigger the Ayapapa Berry, we just lose on the spot. That's not true. We probably lose like 1 or 2 more Pokemon. We lose Turtonator +1 at least. Or we can go Ground Gem, Donphan, or Rock Gem, Caracosta. These are my potential leads. I'm sorry, there's one more. Scald Penguin is the other option, and Penguin has the same problem of triggering Ayapapa Berry. It just kind of leads to disaster. So, you know, just a real good list of Torkoal counters there. And the Donphan's even dead to a roll of Flamethrower, so it can burn me and KO through sturdy. It's lovely stuff. If I don't, Ground Gem. Hoi. It's a beautiful thing. I've looked at so many of these, I don't even remember which one I think is the right one. And there's another Torkoal in the gym that I probably will use a gem on, which I think will be Rock Gem Caracosta. So I don't know. Gem Costa is the best option here, but not a good option. It's the best option because it's a one-hit KO and it baits guaranteed Solar Beam fast kill, which would be fantastic. And I'd have a full HP guy to pivot on Octillery later, right? All good things. Because one thing, if I get guaranteed Psychic Octillery, I can actually use my Sceptile to not KO it. Oh, crap. Miracle Seed, level 51. Come on, man, give me a win. I just have to immediately scale Leaf Storm. Do I have scales for that? I don't think I can spend my scale on a gym trainer, Jim. So the Seppi doesn't even let me do the Octillery without giving up my Flannery lead. Unless I only use it on this fight. Okay, I could do exactly 52, which is the correct. Jesus Christ. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Empower your students to be more authentic, impactful writers with Grammarly's comprehensive AI writing assistance.
So here, let's just look at a couple lines together. One idea was to go. I think the best line if I don't greed the ground gem. So let's look at this. If I go ground gem, I one-shot the Torkoal. I deny rocks, and I bait the first fast kill other than explosion, which is Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Magmortar. Now, because Flamethrower can burn, we can't take the KO with our Sturdy yet. But we can switch in a pivot, Turtonator, to take Flamethrower, Solar Beam, and turn it into Earthquake. I don't believe that Belch is one of the broken AI things, so even though Belch can be highest damage over Earthquake, I believe it will always be Earthquake. If it's not, and we get Flamethrower there, sucks for us, but we don't have the tools to play around it. So we go what we think is a free switch to Talonflame, and then Talonflame has a range to two-shot, but we can't take it because Citrus Berry. So instead, we will set up a Tailwind. We'll go back to Turtonator, get a new Earthquake, go back to Donphan and KO with non-gemmed high horsepower and be at 80-ish%. That means we'll get fast kill Wheezing Overheat or Explosion. We go to Penguin, and Penguin takes Overheat or all but one roll of Explosion crit. And that's 2 rolls, I'm sorry, that's just life, right? If you get, was that 5%, was that 1 in 20, 1 in 16, 1 in 8? If that happens, that happens. Flash Cannon just KOs. And then we don't actually know the next mon from that position. It can be Octillery for Fire Blast, out damage, most likely, or we can be in range of Overheat. Most of the time, we're going to be getting Turtonator for Overheat or Shell Smash. Once again, we don't really care about Shell Smash. We can just go to Kabutops. Kabutops is actually a hard counter. So would Dreadnought. Dreadnought is a better hard counter, so let's not get excited. Even if he sets up, because he's not White Herb, he'll lower his defenses and will always KO with Hardstone Rock Slide. And if he doesn't set up, then we just KO him with 2 Rock Slides and live 2 hits. Welcome in, Princess. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We need all the luck we can get. And then the last thing we would get here is Octillery for, well, at least we hope this is the line. We hope we're getting Octillery for Psychic. And then we have to go to Luxray and not get crit. Luxray with the Muscle Band always KOs Octillery. Yep. Always KOs Octillery, but we take 23% from recoil. So unless we get Psychic exactly or Thunder Wave on the switch, which can be possible, we will we'll die to our own recoil. If that happens, if that situation comes up, instead we will click Zing Zap. So if we get like Gunk Shot on the switch in or something, we're just dead to Fire Blast crit. And we're dead to Gunk Shot into 2 ticks of poison most of the time. But we would just revenge. So we would just go for Zing Zap in that case. So that's the best plan I came up with. It ain't great. It's what I got. But it's -1 gem in a run without Life Orb. And I feel like gems are more valuable now than they were before. I pretty much didn't use them last time until the Elite Four. I don't think that's a luxury I can afford. But if rocks go up, I don't think my line works anymore at all. So if I'm leading something to deny rocks, it's either exactly Penguin and don't crit him, Turtonator don't crit him, or Donphan Ground Gem. Those are the only 3 ways, correct? How about knockoff? Oh, man, so close. If I ignore the 1 roll of Flamethrower, I suppose that Donphan does the lead, but no, then I'm getting 50-50 Solar Beam. And Donphan is my answer to the Magmortar, so he has to be full HP. All right, I think I got to spend the Ground Gem. I don't think I have enough tools otherwise, and the fact that this line lets me get let Psychic be pretty likely on to the Luxray, which is the only safe move, is pretty good. I don't know if Ground Gem is very good on Bridge Rival. It was on Turtle. It was a really important item there. It was a really important item on Excadrill in Magma Hideout at times, but we can't have Excadrill anyway. So I think we always win this fight, but we can lose. Technically, we can lose Penguin and Luxray, and then if we have to steer, maybe Turtonator. Pretty bad for just a gym trainer. I think Turtonator's fiction. The other ones are real. Do we even have Ground Gem yet? Hold on. I guess I can just check. Let me actually just check the bag. Just acting like, oh yeah, just use your Ground Gem. Ground Gem we do, okay. Oh, Donphan, you're gonna have to put the run on your back, buddy. This guy just counters all the special Pokemon, it's crazy. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Ground Gem. I hate it, but it's the right play. We are convinced that we need to make it to Surf Sim at any cost, and this is the cost. Just use it. Penguin shouldn't need... Hold on, what if we get Overheat crit? And we do want to not get Octillery. And the way to do that is to be citrused. Okay. Talonflame is citrused. Luxray is muscle band. And then Kabutops is Hardstone. We do have to be careful though with the Kabutops. It's safe, but it's weird. All right, tab in, next fight. Ground Gem, Citrus, 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 Muscle Band, Hardstone. We picked the Donphan route over the Caracosta route because Donphan doesn't KO the next Torkoal with Ground Gem, but my Caracosta can. The next one's level 54, and that's the difference. All right, this guy's not Quick Claw. He's not Sturdy. He's not Sashed. He's Ayapapa. -1 Ground Gem. But makes this line as safe as it can be, and it still isn't safe. Every Torkoal is a demon for this box. Magmortar, 50-50, essentially Flamethrower, Solar Beam. We pivot on Turtonator. Solar Beam is the least damage. We quad resist. Shouldn't matter. This version of the line, there was another version of the line where Turtonator pivots on 3 different Pokemon, but not this one. All right, we go Talonflame. We got the Earthquake, great. This is always Flare. This is always Flamethrower. We set up a Tailwind. This is like almost what we did on the Arcanine, right? Get speed control, have Donphan on the field, get speed control, get Donphan back in. We have 3 turns of Tailwind, which is the perfect amount. This is Flamethrower. We still can't go Donphan because of burn chance, so we go Turtonator. Now we have 2 turns left. This is Earthquake, we think. Go back to Donnie. In Tailwind, Donphan outspeeds by 8. High horsepower without Ground Gem always kills. He's Vital Spirit. We can't get burnt. Doesn't matter if he does. Tailwind ends, which means we get the first fast kill instead of the first slow kill. So this is preventing us from getting Octillery. Perfect. This lets us get Wheezing before Octillery, which gives us a chance to get the Turtonator before Octillery as well. This is overheat or like 2% boom, because most rolls KO. We're 132.
What are you doing?
Min roll is 128. There's only 3 rolls of overheat that don't kill. We live overheat. We can't get burnt. We have citrus for crit. Nice. Okay, special attack drop doesn't matter. Empoleon is faster. Flash cannon one-shots this fairy type. 116, 116. Please be dead to some rolls from Turtonator. 118, perfect. Okay. 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 And then this is like, oh my God, I did the whole thing in the overlay. I'm sorry. All that work and I can't even put the game on the screen. This is most likely Shell Smash. We just go hard Kabutops. It can never Shell Smash twice. All right, so he is +2 attack, +2 special attack, +2 speed, -1 both defenses. From this position, we never die to Overheat or Dragon Claw. We're Battle Armor, and we always KO with Rock Slide. Overheat can't burn us. Kabutops did something good. It hard countered a Pokemon. So proud of you, buddy. Maybe we won't even name you Glalie. All right, let's see if you did your job on the roll. Did you make Luxray safe? Oh, I didn't level him up. What a fool. That actually might be relevant on Flan. It was a hard counter at level 54, which is what I had in the calc. And it's high enough. In fact, I think we were always safe here. So this is, we're always dead to Psychic and Psychic alone, and Psychic is the one move we can safely switch in on. So we go Luxray on Psychic, Sniper Scope Lens, and we should always live Max Roll Crit into Wild Charge Recoil. Nice. All right. We used the gem to make that line a lot better. But at least we're through. Pro tip, don't use your recoil attacks on the Sniper Scope Lens, Mon. It makes for some pretty sketchy lines. Luxray, you are the best grass type I've had all run so far. All right, and now we have to scrap together a gauntlet team. And so far, the best that I've come up with is just straight up risking a crit to lose the run on Darmanitan. So we're going to try and cook something a little bit better with some crazy Tailwind or toxic nonsense. Get this candy before I forget about it for the third time. Okay. All right, next is the gauntlet. So, Let's just look at the Darmanitan first. Here's the problem. The Pokemon I have that can beat Darmanitan are as follows. Your illusion, so I bet you don't even do it. Yep. Not Zoroark. Oh my god, that would be the craziest of all time. That would truly be the craziest. It's impossible, but the craziest. If I could get Blissey to an HP and speed tier where it's slower than Steelix, I could dig on a turn it dies to Toxic, dodge Darmanitan Flare Blitz, and hit it with like soft sand dig. That's hilarious. And then just switch something into tank Flare Blitz and it KOs itself with recoil. That would be the coolest way to beat Darmanitan I've ever seen. So we'll keep that in our head. A flip turn KO so that Donphan is on the field with Sturdy would do the job. We're going to assume that I don't know that if you can get burnt with Sheer Force with the bug either. So I don't know. I would hope that I can't get burnt by a Sheer Force Pokemon with Flare Blitz, but maybe I can. Donphan in Tailwind speed ties Darmanitan, so Tailwind doesn't even help us. Penguin in Tailwind, I believe KOs him. Yeah, Penguin in Tailwind can beat the Darmanitan, which has some potential. And then Floatzel can beat him, but Floatzel either needs a Candy, a Scale, or it needs to have Fake Out active on the turn I enter the field in order to beat Darmanitan. So most of that stuff points to either straight up risk a crit on Floatzel on any move. Any crit of any move pretty much kills us. Yeah, it's great stuff. This guy's evil. Or Gigalith. Gigalith on the field is actually a good one. Gigalith is the one thing that can, like, live a good amount of stuff from the Blissey. Or, like, I can actually take a Hyper Voice into an Earthquake and KO the guy. So the ideal, all of these things require baiting Blissey second, and then toxicking it or lowering its speed. So without counter shenanigans. So there's a lot of difficulty and strife. So I think what at the end of the day, what I'd like to do is be able to bring Floatzel and bring Gigalith and KO Blissey with Fake Out Flip Turn. And then Big Gig just wins. I think that's the correct play. Can Gigalith just take a Flare Blitz? I didn't really think about that. No, it can't. Well, it can. It would die to 1 crit, not 2. Flare Blitz into Earthquake. Okay. I can turn a move. I can turn random move into Earthquake. Does that do anything for me? No. It does not. Okay. So, how do we do leads? Right? The first lead I thought of here was Penguin, but Penguin just bait Star Manitan for Flare Blitz Earthquake. And we can't take enough damage to get the Blissey. Let's see if I have notes on this. I think I wrote some stuff down here. Yeah, I wrote Penguin, Donphan, Gigalith, Floatzel, Arcanine, Talonflame, all terrible lines. Let's effing go. Awesome. Good job, me. Arcanine, though, eh? So I do believe, I think it's Talonflame lead. Is Talonflame lead the thing that lets me... I don't want the lead, though, right? We want to, like, KO this guy and bait Blissey. We're sure we're baiting Blissey? If we take a Zen Headbutt... Let's go, Ben. Yes. You running it up tomorrow? As if so, I'm there, man. I'm so there. All right, let's cook the first one to get ourselves warmed up. You know what I didn't really consider before is that Weavile can kind of chain these two guys. Is that true? Could I do it with like a muscle band? Fake out knockoff into Icicle Crash? No, I cannot because of minus attack. "99% tomorrow morning. She wants to sleep till noon." I assume that means that you'll be on because she's sleeping, as opposed to if she wakes up, you might not be on. That makes sense. Okay. So I think what we decided on is the best lead is Lumberry Donphan. Lumberry Donphan plays around Flamethrower, Nasty Plot, and Hypnosis. Of course, after Coffee Made. So Lumberry Donphan, high horsepower Ice Shard, always KOs, and then we're either at full HP or like 10%. I think we're actually a little bit likelier to be at full HP. So full HP Donphan is going to bait Overheat Toucanon, and Solrock, and then if not, then we're baiting Solrock Random Move. So it's like it's a totally wonky line. What's the pivot? What's the pivot? If we get Random Move Solrock, I have no idea how I think I'm doing this with Random Move Solrock. Empoleon loves this Solrock. That sounds like something I would do. Switch in on Random Move, Overheat. He goes to -2, he loses the Fire Gem, and now he can flinch me. But I suppose I have a Citrus, he's got to flinch me 1 billion times. But he can flinch me. Okay. But I guess if it's Random Move and he doesn't click Overheat, then it's guaranteed Overheat and I just win. Sure. And then we get the bird, and the bird's clicking like overheat bullet seed. If we're lucky, it's just going to be bullets. It's going to be just overheat. And just overheat means Gigalith wins with a citrus berry most of the time. Oh, rock slide. Well, we still need a citrus berry because of like skill link crits and stuff, but. And then surely we can just kind of go somewhere like. Can't really go anywhere afterwards. Just got to hit that range, bud. Just hit that range, Gigalith. Yeah. Flinching isn't real, Smile. What a thank you so much for that. Who's the last one I said I'm bringing? I said I'm bringing Arcanine. All right, well, let's say I do this. Let's say I intimidate him with Arcanine. Then I'm either getting Rock Blast or Bullet Seed or Overheat all over again. Oh, no. So Arcanine takes the Bullet Seed and is always getting Rock Blast. Okay. All right. Rock Blast is a little bit more doable because then we can go back to Penguin and get an Aqua Jet. All right. Every Mon. That sounds like every Mon has Shell Armor until it doesn't get crit. Until it gets crit. But they do. They do get crit, guys. This just in. And then, all right. Then we have the third fight, which I'll look at. The third fight, we can lead Talonflame, and we can. There's no sun, so we take a fake out. We acrobatics. We might take a blaze boosted fire blast, but usually we don't. In fact, it's probably correct to flare blitz first, so that we don't activate. Yeah. Again, minus attack is annoying. Nothing we can do about it. It doesn't help us to use Arcanine to get an Intimidate because he's a special attacker. And our Floatzel is slower. So he'll have the fast fake out. Yep. Imagine if my Talon had a good nature. Talonflame is amazing. I have no complaints about the Pokemon. It just... spokesperson for the run. Hey, I'm getting the job done, but I'm not what you wanted to hire. So what we should get second is Houndoom for Dark Pulse most of the time. It could be Thunderfang. It doesn't really matter. If we start getting like Focus Blast dropped, if we get like crit drop Focus Blast and then we start being in pursuit range, we have to either get out of there and click Roost. We don't really have Focus Blast. We don't have any Focus Blast switch-ins. So, if I'm not going to lie to you, there's a world here where Talonflame gets fraudulently KO'd, and there's not much I can do about that with the 6 that I have here. But most of the time, we're going to get Dark Pulse. On Dark Pulse, we're going to go to Penguin. Penguin? Yikes. Penguin? Penguin's just kind of no. We don't go to Penguin until it's likely to be... Oh, so close. You're so close, Floatzel. Hit a range, bud, or be faster. You're 2 speed. What speed would we need to beat outspeed this guy? 6. 6 speed IV would do it. We would just switch in on Dark Pulse, risk high roll crit, and live with it. could even KO with flip turn. It would be so beautiful.
Empower
Fultzel's
your
so good if
students
it's
to be
good.
more authentic, impactful writers
And then
with
Gigalith just kind
Grammarly's
of hard counter
comprehensive
Center
AI
Scorch with
writing
a
assistance. Use it to help students brainstorm ideas faster. Document their
A
writing
berry.
process. Check for plagiarism and AI-generated text.
If we, oh no, not even a berry.
Get
Sorry,
real-time
Hearthstone.
feedback. And much more.
Because that means even if he sets up coil on the switch,
It's
we're
not
fine.
just a grammar
And he can't
tool.
set up again.
It's your responsible AI writing assistant for the new era of communication. Download Grammarly for free
Yeah,
today.
so this I don't think these 6 can work because we don't have a Dark Pulse. I guess Empoleon takes Dark Pulse just to take Dark Pulse. It doesn't click an attack.
What if you can create your own website?
Does
by
Wise
saying,
Glasses
"This is what
give
I
me a
want"?
range to KO?
With
It
Wix,
does. So
you
I can go Dark Pulse and then try to get Destiny Bond on the switch in.
First up, let's talk about
Go
AI
to like
color schemes.
Arcanine
You can get any combos
on
you
Fire
want
on
for
what is
bright,
either
minimalist,
Fire
and
Blast or
sleek,
Dark Pulse.
Or something you didn't even think
Sorry,
of.
Fire Blast
Just
or
describe the vibe you want, or
Destiny
even
Bond.
use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing.
That seems pretty ass.
Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials like a contact section
So I think
or a place
I
to
think what
subscribe.
we would do
Now, I'm running a sale,
is
so
just
I punch in some details,
go
and just
Floatzel.
like that, I have a promo section. Functional and beautiful. I love it.
On Fire Blast Destiny Bond, click Fake Out. But then I don't have anywhere else to go on Dark. I need to bring a second Dark Pulse switch in. That is so obvious. And if only Drapion were the guy. Jorark Speed Ties. Weavile's the guy. All right, so we need to find a way to get Weavile onto this unit. That's pretty ass. Because Weavile is not helpful. You do outspeed Infernape. Silk Scarf? 17? That's a pretty good range. Hold on. Silk Scarf, Weavile, 28 plus itemless. That's exactly it. Okay. Alright, because now we're safe. We come in on Dark Pulse, we click Fake Out, we switch out on Fire Blast to anything. We'll say Arcanine. On Arcanine, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. That's much better, though, because then we still have Gigalith. All right, so I'm confident if we force Weavile, we have the final thing. What the heck does Weavile do on these other fights? Anything? It can switch in on Psychic. And what? Be dead to Darmanitan everything? And be dead to Darmanitan everything. Oy, 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 oy. It can get Fake Out damage on Blissey, though. That isn't meaningless. Especially if we are somehow going to find a home for Drapion here. Okay, if we can get guaranteed Mystical Fire, then we can switch in Weavile and KO. But that would just get us guaranteed Darmanitan, right? No, we're faster than Darmanitan, and we'd be low enough to bait Blissey. So Weavile can do it if we have the guaranteed Mystical Fire. Do we have that anywhere around? Donphan, no. No, we don't. Because if we don't need Talon for the lead, then Talon can do the Tailwind thing and let Penguin chain Darmanitan. Then we have hope somehow. Oh, man. Yeah, Shell Armor Dreadnought is incredible. We would love to have one of those. Got mine killed. Alright. I think my team sucks. All right. Right, we feel confident that we have to bring these three right now. Or maybe Drapion instead. Drapion's also faster than Houndoom, so it can actually click an attack into it. Does Donphan lead on Rapidash? Pretty well, other than the fictional, like, Zen Headbutt flinch turn 1. Okay. So if we think Donphan can get the Blissey, why isn't this horse eating a Flash Cannon? Because I can't bait Darmanitan second unless I'm risking the run on a crit. If I go Flash Cannon Penguin, I get Darmanitan second for Earthquake Flare Blitz. If I have Earthquake Flare Blitz, I lose. I can switch in Floatzel, and I can not get crit, and I can go fake out Liquidation and KO. So that's plan A. The only plan that I have right now is just risk the run on a crit. Well, not risk the run, I'm sorry. Risk Floatzel on a crit and then revenge with Gigalith. Why are you crying, baby girl? You should not be awake. Yeah. So what I would like to do, because this Blissey's gonna click counter a lot. So if I can get a guaranteed Psychic and I can get a Toxic off with Drapion, I just don't know how I I don't know how I find all the slots for that. But if I can get a Toxic off with Drapion, and I think Drapion can also do the Fire Gem Soul Rock fairly well, which would let me drop the Penguin. So the theory, whether I figure it out or not, is like, okay, Donphan lead.
Today we are making a hearty beef and russet potato dish. Your pups
Basically baits like random move Blissey.
Because Just Food for Dogs offers convenient frozen meals no matter your schedule. You and your pups can find Just Food for Dogs at your local PetSmart or online at PetSmart.com.
Kind of random move Blissey, we can go to... we have to get Psychic out of it. How do we get Psychic? I think it's Gigalith. We have to go to Gigalith to get Psychic counter.
And prepaid hotels. Now you can make every getaway even more rewarding. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
So we go to Drapion. On Psychic or counter, we click Toxic, and then we have to stall out all of the turns. So we can't use Gigalith to KO the thing. We'd have to go like we would just go Gigalith, Drapion as much as possible, and we have to then switch in Floatzel on the turn that it dies, so that Fake Out is active. So Fake Out Liquidation wins. And I believe Donphan lead does that, although I have to be a little bit cautious. If I get Will-O-Wisp turn 1, I got to think about how I deal with that. I guess if I'm getting Will-O-Wisp turn 1, I would KO with knockoff, and I'm always taking another attack. And even if he flinches me, he's taking Life Orb recoil. What's up, Jay? How we doing? I am trying to cook some copium on this gauntlet. That's what I'm doing. But check out this guy. We did finally pull the right Pokemon from an encounter. We got the Trico. However, we got this Trico. Just to stand here and look pretty? Well, that's not very hard for you to do. That sounds like you just standing normally. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good 4th. All right, I think the Drapion thing's possible. Yeah, we even have 2 Psychic switch-ins on Floatzel when you really think about it. Other than double max roll crit. Yeah, we have enough turns to do this. So these 5. All right, let's look at these 5 for the first battle. I did. It was just a quiet day at home. Nothing crazy. But our boys are such a fun age right now. The one has noticed how tired I am during the day, and just like now he like if I'm laying on the couch, he'll come like snuggle with me when he's ready for a nap, and it's like the greatest feeling in the world. I called out to my wife. I'm like, "You've been replaced," and she's like, "I get it. So have you." Yeah, man, we got ourselves a pretty good life. Okay. What do I want to do here? How do I lead this stinking... Is it Kabutops? Is Kabu the lead? Rapid Spin, Rock Slide with a Lumberry? Surely it's not that simple because he's not going to hit the range. Yeah, we can't hit the range. But it wouldn't be the end of the world if we missed the range. Right? Well, we would be taking +2 Psychic. Potentially. Or getting put to sleep. No, we can't. We cannot miss the range. Okay. Nope. Once again, Kabutops is not Dreadnought. That is what we learned. So in this version of the world, we do have a Dark Pulse switch-in. Although it's kind of only 1, so that's still super sketchy. Can we just fake out turn 1? Kind of, sort of, maybe. No, I think this is still the Donphan thing. So this is still the Donphan thing. Lumberry Donphan. And then we need diverging lines. We need Overheat Toucanen line, and then we need a random move Solrock line into Toucanen. So let's, if we get Overheat Cannon guy, we just... I think we just take the Overheat on the bird? And then what does that get us? Overheat on the bird gets us Rock Blast. Is Rock Blast better to switch into than Overheat? Not really. Okay. Or we could take Overheat on Floatzel, and that seems awful. Yep. So no. Unless we bring Intimidate, it's just go Gigalith and hit the range with Rock Slide. Because we don't have a way to get Brave Bird out of this thing. This is how I ended up having Arcanine last time. We are staring at a Trico right now. You're right. Sorry. I'm definitely not on my game as a streamer. I'm not losing the fights, but I've definitely done one full fight in the overlay already. So sorry, back to the top. Ninetales, Sturdy Don fan with Lumberry always beats the Ninetales, but it beats it at either full HP or low HP. And so we bait either Toucannon random, we bait Toucannon Overheat exactly, or random move Soul Rock. Soy. And the 5 that I have don't deal with the first version of the line, which is the more consistent one. I probably just have to throw Gigalith at it and hope we hit a range. And also hope that we don't get crit, which seems bad. Let's go with version 2 of the line. What happens if we take damage on Donphan? We take damage on Donphan, we get random move Soul Rock. So is this the Penguin character? Penguin character to get ourselves a guaranteed overheat. On the guaranteed overheat, Penguin is slower, right? Yeah. Do we just want to go with Penguin? Maybe. Depends on the HP. But let's assume that Penguin takes overheat on the switch in and then it's lowish HP. Because if we're not low HP, then we're getting the same overheat. So we think we're getting overheat anyway. We have to have an answer for Toucannon overheat. That's the short of it. Oh, and Fire Gem is likely gone on this guy, but okay. If we get him lowish, we're kind of okay. Kind of feels like Penguin beats this guy too, with the Citrus. Yeah, I think Penguin's a better answer to the Toucannon than it is to the Soul Rock. So what if we switch Gigalith in on the random move, and we just try to 1v1 the Soul Rock with Gigalith? Then he never Rock Palaces, so we just have to get one Rock Slide up. Then we go Drapion, we outspeed KO with Knockoff, and get Never Bullet Seed, Never Rock Blast. That seems good. That seems quite good. Is 1 enough if he doesn't have Fire Gem? I might need 1. Rock Slide 44 into Knockoff. No. So we would go Glasses. And that's still super close, huh? No, 65 and 44 is plenty. Okay. And then we go Penguin. Not right away, sorry. We think we're getting Overheat. And we would just go to like Talonflame on that Overheat. Then we go Penguin on Rock Blast, and without Fire Gem, we're almost always fine. We almost always get Citrus, and then we'll live a crit after the Citrus. If not, we can think about going back to Talon and then to Float Soul. Float Soul doesn't do enough. But, oh, we could get Drapion back in and we could do like a knockoff thing. Okay. Okay. Is Toucanen King's Rock, and it just doesn't say that, and I've never known because it's always slower than the Arcanine that I have. Let's find out. No item gives me anxiety. Oh, Fire Gem. I'm just dumb. Don't mind me. All right, so I think I can steer that one. We think we have this one. Can these 6 win? Cannot lead Sturdy Donphan this fight, obviously, because Pursuit. Okay. All right. So we say, hey, there's no sun.
Cascade Platinum Plus has the grease-fighting power of Dawn to remove tough
We
stuff
lead
on
Talonflame.
Cascade
Come on.
Platinum
We need
Plus.
Talonflame in front.
Now
We lead
gotta help people
Talonflame.
customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual.
We
Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is.
Only pay for what you need.
I think we just aggro twice. I think we have to live with Blaze. We eat a fake out, we click Flare Blitz. And then we click Acro. No, I guess that's okay. Eat fake out plus Focus Blast. Yeah, that's okay. And if he doesn't drop me, then I'll click Roost. If he does drop me, we'll just take the KO, because then he's going to see Dark Pulse as a KO. Maybe Fire Blast too. Super Sketch! Anyway. I think we would go Penguin right away, because there's a possibility that's Fire Blast. Berry doesn't matter, but it's almost never anything but Fire Blast again. So sketchy on the Houndoom, man. This is so scuffy. We get Dark Pulse. Sorry, we eat a Fire Blast. Oh man, maybe a Candy Floatzel just to get through this. Candy Floatzel lets us outspeed, and then we could just eat a Fire Blast and win. But it's still not riskless, because he can Destiny Bond on the switch. But I guess not forever. He can't Destiny Bond on the switch forever, because after one Dark Pulse, Drapion's dead to Fire Blast. How much do we do? We do Acrobatics does a lot, man. And we should be able to switch Talonflame back in later. All right, can we get... Do I really just have to risk a crit on Penguin? That's so ass, man. This is so bad. So I'd have to find something else that beats Toucanen. that does a better job here. Kabutop's on Fire Blast. Not really. Now, usually you use your fighting type, but what is Mienshao doing the rest of this gauntlet? Right, I can bring Mienshao and go like Fake Out on and then switch out and get Regenerator. That works. But Mienshao ain't doing anything else. Right, you don't KO Darmanitan, do you? Nope, you just die. Wander, welcome in, thank you. We're doom calcing. I'm trying to figure out this gauntlet with bad tools, and I'm stumped on the Houndoom. Unfortunately, I'm hard forced to bring these first four, Talonflame, Floatzel, Drapion, and Gigalith, to beat the Darmanitan without risking the run to a crit. So these are guarantees, and then I have to have 2 slots that let me finish the other 2 fights. So that's where I am right now, is that most of the time I'll beat this Infernape with Talonflame and bait Dark Pulse, sometimes Fire Blast from Houndoom. So I need something to like get in there and help out.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
Druddigon is funny.
With a professional website that reflects who you are and what you have to offer.
Yeah, I have to toxic stall the Blissey in order to get Floatzel on the field with Fake Out active on the turn Blissey dies. That's the only way. So I've got the Darmanitan nonsense figured out, but so far it looks like it's going to cost me a Pokemon. Yeah. Welcome to NG Plus, friend. It's the water is not warm. It's boiling. We are in hell and we are doing our best. Lopunny, no. Like, we don't even have a bulky. Like, the only thing is Weavile. Weavile is the guy, and then I have to find a way to use it on the other 2 fights. So let's do this again. If we force Weavile, we have the Weavile lead into Talonflame, always KOs, and then we've got Weavile to do Fake Out. We pivot on Fire Blast on. Can't even do Floatzel. Floatzel's too frail. On something, I'll say Arcanine or Turtonator or one of these guys. Probably Turtonator for the consistency. And then the second time Weavile gets in, 2 Fake Outs plus 1 low kick always KOs, so that's a win. And knock off 2 shots, so we get Fire, Fang, or Leech Life. Excellent. We go, what, Drapion? Drapion also baits the 50-50, but whatever. Does Cherry let me show 2-shot? It doesn't. All right, we don't want to let him set up. We have anything that doesn't bait Thunder? Can we get guaranteed Leech Life? Probably not. We could probably go to Talon. Probably save that for later. I think we just go hard Gigalith and deal with the potential for drops and stuff. What happens if we get dropped? How much does he do? If we get dropped, we're still fine. We could take crit drop plus crit. We get a Rock Slide in, we pivot to somebody, and we KO. Alright, so that'll work. So now we have 5 slots, 2 fights. right? Sort of. Sort of, because we don't have a guaranteed pivot yet. Yeah, bring your Weavile. That's how you beat these fights, right? Boy. Oh boy, oh soy, as the people say. Because it's not Don. Like if I'm bringing Weavile, I can't bring Donphan, because that's just. It's just kind of losing to drop, right? If we get Focus Blast dropped by the Infernape, we're dead. We're dead in the water. So unless we can turn Fire Blast, Focus Blast into Grass Knot with somebody, which almost nothing in my whole box takes Focus Blast at all, let alone converts it. Like there's no way I'm bringing Masquerain, right? No, that can't take the other move. That's not a thing. It's not a thing my box can do. I cannot convert Fire Fighting special move into Grass move. Nope. Right, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not crazy at all. It's impossible. Okay. So I have to take some risks somewhere. Sadly, it might be. I can't lose Talonflame yet. It can't be that. All right, we're too weak to prevent setup from Ninetales. Floatzel isn't. Fake Out. Double Liquidation isn't a KO in the sun. That would solve so many problems if it were. And then Weavile would get us guaranteed Flamethrower after the Fake Out, but I don't think we can convert that back into Psychic at any point. I guess Kabutops. Okay, so let's go back to the Kabutops is the pivot thing. Does that... Kabutops doesn't actually do the job on
Take charge of your gut with Nature Made.
Houndoom.
Clinically studied probiotics that
If we
support
take
your digestion.
Dark Pulse, we just guarantee ourselves an attack.
Please just hear me out. No, all work management
But it's
platforms are
rolls.
the same. They take forever
It's
to learn.
something. It's never pursuit. That has to count for something, right? Oh, no. Fire Blast is out of the sun here. So that actually would work. Kabutops would let us get one guaranteed Dark Pulse. And then Floatzel can sometimes get us one more. All right. Sure, razor thin, but it's there. Can we do this? Burn into like Hypnosis would still be a problem. At some point you gotta just take your lumps. I guess we can kind of perma Fake Out. So let's just use. Hold on. Right, this is because I have Hearthstone on. We had this problem before. All right. Can I go double acro? I would like to use Talonflame on the Ninetales because Talonflame isn't doing anything on the rest of the fight, and it would consistently bait. So let's try that. Let's over-engineer the Ninetales. Let's go Fake Out. Let me drop these items so that I don't assume I am doing more damage than I'm actually going to do in the fight. God. So we Fake Out. We go to Kabutops. We go back to Weavile, who's going to be Chestoed in case it's Hypnosis on the switch back. We Fake Out a second time. Now we've done 25%. Talonflame would have to have a Chesto as well, though, so we're doing less damage. But technically we can almost perma-switch between these guys because we're showing KOs now. And if we didn't get burned by the Flamethrower or get Hypnosis on the switch-in, maybe the answer is we go Chesto and we don't care about getting burned. So we would just, like, spin into Slide. Yeah, let's do that. We'll spin into Slide. We can always go back to Weavile at the end. So the assumption is that Kabutops wins, but is taking at least... it's only at least 20%, actually. Okay? So this is going to let Solrock set up Rock Polish if he's first, but if he's first, he's going to see KOs at least a lot of the time. So most of the time, this is going to be Toucan and Bullet Seed, which we deal with pretty well. In fact, we can knock off the Fire Gem and live Bullet Seed into Overheat from Drapion if we want to. But then we're just getting random move, which is pretty ass. And we don't two-shot. So that seems bad. Bullet Seed, Bullet Seed, Bullet Seed. So this is the get Bullet Seed, go Gigalith with a Citrus, and don't get Omega Crit by Bullet Seed and Rock Blast with no Intim support. Fake Out Icicle Crash wins. So actually, if Weavile hasn't taken any damage, we can go back. All right. So maybe we don't want to use, we have to use Kabutops. It's the only way to get Psychic. Gigalith can always make sure that we get Bullet Seed. So if I get Bullet Seed, Weavile beats the Toucan. And then unfortunately, we also almost beat the Solrock, but we don't beat the Solrock. We would prevent Rock Polish, though. So we get random move on that guy. We go to Gigalith. We try to hit one Rock Slide. And have him drop his special, and then Drapion wins. And if not, it's Floatzel. Floatzel's got to come back and do Fake Out. Probably Fake Out Flip Turn, honestly, since it's usually going to be Liquid Zen Headbutt. Okay. I think that we just have to do this. I don't think I'm going to find better. It's time to just grab your guys and go. I could stare at this for days. It's never going to be riskless. We simply don't have the tools, and I'm not spending the resources. I feel awful about the Houndoom, but I just don't see anything better. Boo Talon. Penguin stays home. We did play around the Gigalith range, which makes me feel great. But Gigalith's got to do some work. Donphan staying home is very sad for me, but necessary. And Floatsoul is just a frustrating bring, as is Drapion. I don't really want to bring either of them, but I'm just forced to. Okay, this might be the worst Gauntlet team I've seen, but let's do it. All right, status is the fear. So we go Chesto. We go Rost. No, Chesto. We are less worried about burn than we are hypnosis. Talonflame is a backup plan. I don't think we want an item on Talonflame. If it's clicking a move, it's going to click Flare Blitz in the Sun, actually, against everybody but Ninetales, and Ninetales is probably the least safe, or it's the most safe. So, is there... Talonflame's also dead to moves from these guys all the time. So... we could take multiple overheats. Let's go Citrus. This is a pivot, not an attacker, so we might as well. Gigalith, absolutely Citrus. Floatsoul is also Citrus, so we can get likelier Zen Headbutt. Drapion, I believe. Citrus as well. Yeah, a lot of citrus berries getting used. Chesto, citrus, 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 citrus. Okay. Tab in. Wish me luck, I need it. These are bad lines, folks. Just no way around it. These are bad lines. I forget how I'm getting Clefable. I forget how I'm getting Blissey second. Is that... It's Weavile. That's Weavile on Mystical Fire out of Sun. How do I bait Mystical Fire with this group of Pokemon? I don't, right? I literally don't. Because, like, well, that wasn't Penguin either. It was Donphan. Donphan was doing that, and I can't bring Donphan. I really don't want to just risk a crit on lose to a crit. Like, I just... If I can't get Blissey second, there's no reason to bring Drapion at all. It's not free. I can teach this Poison Jab. How much damage does Poison Jab do here? Good amount. can't take damage. Drapion cannot take damage. It has to be full HP because it has to take a hyper voice. It's Talonflame. I'm sorry. It's just Talonflame. Yeah, Talonflame baits only Zen Headbutt, which is really important because it means I can have a lot of control over my HP. So what I'll do is I'll go Acrobatics, and I'll take a Zen Headbutt, and then I will probably Flare Blitz to take Recoil. All right, I can do it. These 6 can do it.
Big ideas don't come easy.
All right, let's do game audio. I'm tired of commercials. And this is a pretty important little section. Citrus. Yes, use those cities. This is absolutely a run that can run out of citrus berries the way I'm using them. Gerald has a Drought Ninetales with a Focus Sash, Hypnosis, and Nasty Plot. We're faster. Faye got to break the Sash. And more than half of the rolls of Flamethrower and the Sun KO. Because we're plus special defense, they don't all, which means this can also Hypnosis. It can't set up because we fast 2-shot. We want to see Flamethrower no burn. Why do I keep not leveling up my Kabutops? I'm leveling Kabutops up after this fight. There's no need for it to be under leveled. It doesn't have good bulk. Okay. We Rapid Spin. That's good. Rapid Spin plus Fake Out plus Rock Slide always kills. We're now faster. Okay. At this HP, this should be 2 cannon for guaranteed Bullet Seed. great. Bullet Seed is the only move on Toucanon's set that Weavile can take. We take 5 crits. Just double check. We resist everything else but Rock Blast. Rock Blast max roll is nowhere near 118 on 5 hit. Crits don't matter. This is always a 50-50 afterwards. Okay. Fake out into Icicle Crash. Just barely KOs. Alright, we use 2 Pokemon for 2 Pokemon, so you'd think everything's going great, except that now we need 4 to help with the last 2. Alright, we only have is that true? We don't only have 1 pivot here, right? No, it's not true. We have Kabu HP in the back, which is going to be really helpful. But we're going to start with Gigalith. Gigalith is the only thing that takes random move well, and we'd like to see Solrock use up his Fire Gem. He did not. Okay. That does mean this is guaranteed overheat, so at least we get the chip damage we need for the price of a likely 1 Citrus Berry. Can't Rock Polish because he's already faster. Awesome. And now that he is -2 special attack and gemless, it is never overheat anymore. It is Zen Headbutt or Rock Slide. Okay. The correct play is to go for 1 more Rock Slide because nothing at the back guaranteed wins from here yet. Is that true? Yep, we didn't put... No. We guaranteed win. We don't guaranteed win next turn, but we guaranteed win. Because Floatzel can switch in on random move and go fake out Aqua Jet at the end of this. So, knockoff's a range, but we don't care if we miss the range. Please wipe! Dave! Dave, I thought we were friends, man! Show me Zen Headbutt, huh? Zen Headbutt for the homies? Yeah. Alright, let's hit the range, which is... Yeah, with no item, this is a range. It's too easy, all the Citrus Berries saved. Alright. Hey, but we had the guarantee in the back, Jay. Show the legs? Sure, check out these sweatpants, baby. Oh yeah, oh, some nice made in America wool socks. You're so welcome. Alright, I know guys, keep it in your pants. These are Grip 6 socks. I do actually highly recommend if anyone's in the States. They're awesome. Not a sponsor. Alright. Next we have the Demon Darmanitan. Alright. And we can't use Weavile, right? Yeah, Weavile just dies. He just things. Sun is down. And again, we have to bait Blissey. If we don't bait Blissey, then we just risk the run on a crit. Yay. My Floatzel my Floatzel is faster than the Darmanitan, but because I have no attack IVs, I don't KO unless I also get Fake Out. Even with Muscle Band, I don't KO. I could have spent a candy, but I still would have to switch in. So my solution to all of those things is bait Blissey second, have it die to Toxic on the turn that Floatzel switches in, so Floatzel can Fake Out Liquidation KO Darmanitan. And I should have enough HP to do it, but it's possible for us to just get farmed out of HP by the Blissey if it never clicks counter. And I have to get Blissey second to do that. But yeah, it's pretty ass, man. The good news is we have we have help. Like, one of the things that we can do, because Gigalith baits guaranteed Psychic. So Gigalith can switch in on Hyper Voice Fire Blast, and it can convert it into Psychic. Unfortunately, Gigalith does so much damage that Blissey cannot click counter on the Gigalith turns. Otherwise, we would do different things. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, the whole thing's going to be a little bit steery, but step 1 is no item Talonflame needs to get to the right HP range. And then Floatzel with a Citrus is fine. Yeah, it can never do any other damage in the fight, only the one. Drapion Citrus is correct. Gigalith Citrus, absolutely correct. Might as well be Citrus. And then Kabutops 2. I should have the pivots to make this happen. And actually, the other thing that does this on the team is Rapid Spin Kabutops. So if I happen to get in a position where Kabutops is on the field and Blissey is below 25%, I can do... Do I want to do that? I think Kabutops means I have enough pivots to always do this. So we just have to count the turns properly. Importantly, Floatzel switches in on a random move Blissey and can't get burnt because of Water Veil. I mean, we could also Ross Berry. So we never have to be afraid. We just have to make it die on the right turn. We're going to save in case the gym doesn't heal us, it's supposed to. And then... I'm going to do the Toxic math. I'm pretty sure it's always 6 turns, but I'm going to do the math because I'm really nervous here. And Blissey is a weird Pokemon. So we click Toxic, we do 22. And then we're going to do 45. On turn 2. And then what? Then 67. 90. 113. Come on. And then 135. It'll die in 6 turns. So Gigalith goes in on random move. Go Drapion for free. Toxic, that's turn 1. We go Gigalith again, that's turn 2. Back to Drapion's 3. To Kabutops' 4. To Drapion's 5. To Floatzel is 6. And it should be pretty obvious that it's going to die. I think this works as long as I can get the darn Pokemon second. And because I think I have plenty of HP, I am going to switch to Muscle Band. On Kabutops. Because there's a world where Kabutops just has to live in Earthquake. Yep. Did I not put Talonflame? I did put Talonflame first. Sorry, my party looked off. I'm so nervous. Okay, Kinderler Keegan is rude. Alright. Step 1. Talonflame outspeeds and 2 shots this guy. With no item. We're never dead to Zen Headbutt, and we need to take a whole bunch of damage. We never KO with crit. Okay. 77 HP. We need to be dead to Blissey at the end of this turn. Blissey, Hyper Voice, max roll is 78 already. So we're fine. Because this game is dumb about rounding, I'm going to click Flare Blitz to take some extra recoil anyway. Sun is down. We do over 50% with Flare Blitz. Okay, we outspeed both. This is first slow kill, and we don't show kill to Blissey. Perfect. Come on. Get out of here, you fat little egg. Let's go. All right. Go Gigalith. This is always Hyper Voice. Alright, because Gigalith has KO rolls with Stone Edge, I do not believe it can click a counter here. This should be guaranteed Psychic. The counter thing is just for game knowledge. Because that's AI I've been told about but haven't seen. See the Psychic. Alright. We live everything. We Toxic. He can counter here. You're a fraud. It's one Toxic tick. Two. Three. Four. He lives this one. Right, Drapion, Toxic, Gigalith, yeah. Always Psychic. Always Hyper Voice. In singles, Hyper Voice max roll crit does 90%. Why am I holding a Citrus Berry? Because I'm an idiot. No reason to have that on. I just forgot to take it off. But this feels so freaking good. I hate you, Darmanitan. I hate you so much. Fake out. Liquidation. Always kills with the fake out chip. 0 attack, 2 speed Floatzel gets the job done. One more. One more. Let me beat the Houndoom, please. All right. Dave, this is the last fight of the night. It's 12:22, and I just spent 3 hours doom calcing my way through 4 fights. These are late game paces that I've got going on with fights that should take 10 minutes. By the way, I can chain the Blaziken on turn 2. I can just go Donphan into Blaziken. I can chain it, no problem. I will show you that in the calc. Oh, that's not the right person or item. But we will not be doing that tonight. The Blaziken is not the problem. Okay, it's you first. Level up Kabutops, for God's sake. What am I doing? Alright. I don't really have a line here. Turn 1, we fast fake out Infernape. Break the Sash. Get Fire Blast. Focus Blast. Usually Focus Blast. with Silk Scarf, we end Acrobatics, we exactly KO. And even if we get dropped, I think only crit drop will maybe like max roll of drop will get us potentially 50-50. So we should just be getting Dark Pulse. And if we get Dark Pulse, we go right back to Weavile, Fake Out. We get Fire Blast. We go where? Kabutops. Yes. Yep, we go Kabutops. Ooh, that's interesting. Nope, not quite. Okay, we go Kabutops. We go back to Weavile on another Dark Pulse or Destiny Bond. We don't care about Destiny Bond. Fake Out plus Low Kick will KO because we're Silk Scarfed. And then we're going to get random Leech Life Fire Lash. And I think... No, that's a bad idea. Oh, Muscle Band Floaty almost does it. Bummer. So we're not even using Drapion yet. But Drapion can just be dead to stuff. So I do think we just start with Gigalith. Hold on, does Gigalith, if it's not Thunderfang, does Gigalith just win? Right, it definitely lives double crit leech life. And we're never getting Thunderfanged. If we get Fire Lash max roll crit, we take 23%, then he drops my defense, and then we take leech life, and then we would take leech life crit. 69% plus 23%. We're safe. We're safe from double crit. Okay. So I think we got it. There's no reason for you to have a berry. You're dealing with an unnerved mon. So you can have Heartstone. No, because you need Heartstone. You get Muscle Band for potential Aqua Jet. You can have a Citrus Berry just because. Now I'll give you a Lum Berry in case somehow we're coming in on Thunderfang random move. I don't think we ever are. And then Drapion is just full backup plan guy, so he can have Citrus. I think we got it. I think we're okay. And they are also going to replenish my power points. Silk Scarf, huge here though. Yep, okay. Victory Road was easier than this, man. NG Plus, not for the faint of heart. He has Fake Out, we have Fake Out, we're faster. Bop. This is Focus Blast or Fire Blast. More likely to be Focus Blast. Doesn't matter. He's having a blast. Okay, he hits, don't crit drop, don't high roll, I think. I don't know, we'll just assess. This is imperfect. No crit, no drop. 110. Gigalith, sorry. Centiskorch never sees a KO. And I believe Houndoom already out damages me. Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay. We're itemless, right? We didn't F that up. Nope. Are we slower? No, I panicked so hard. This is an exact range. Double min roll was 162 HP, which is what Infernape has. Pay no attention to my panic. This gauntlet has done terrible things to my psyche. All right. Unnerved Destiny Bond Houndoom with fire moves and pursuit. Fire, dark, plus pursuit. This turn is guaranteed Dark Pulse. Is that true? It might even be able to Destiny Bond. Okay. Weavile takes that like a champ. Click another fake out. We do 20%. Big damage. That was a high roll. Doesn't matter. Alright. This is guaranteed KO Fire Blast. Cannot be anything else. Go to Kabutops. Which should be Dreadnought, but I'm an idiot. He misses. You're a bum. This is Dark Pulse or Destiny Bond. Likelier to be Destiny Bond now. Nope, I don't want to bait Thunderfang. Thunderfang paralysis is a problem. Aqua Jet could have KO'd with a crit. We fake out. Even if he Destiny Bond there, the fake out would reset. And now low kick does at least 59%, which is plenty. Clearly believers rise up. It's supposed to be an Aerodactyl. Stupid fossil. You don't know what I went through, Dutch, to get that fossil for it to be my third water rock type. It is worse than my Dreadnought was in every single way. It takes more damage, it deals less damage, it's basically the same speed. But I got my Dreadnought killed. Over a basic reading check. Okay, this is 50-50 Fire, Lash, or Leech Life. Both KO. Gigalith doesn't care about either one. Okay. And now Leech Life is highest damage move. It can click Fire Lash as well for the guaranteed drop, I think. No. That's only attack and special attack drops. But we're Hardstone, and Gigalith doesn't care about his Charty Berry. We just KO him through it. Alright. That's the gauntlet. I don't know how, but we did it. The ragtag team continues to deliver. Let's go. I feel like I need a toxic KO counter for this run because we're doing so many of them without Salazzle. It just feels right. We out. We out. We out. Let's go. Bring your ice type and your paper thin water type to the gauntlet. Great idea. Then bring another dark type. And bring 2 shell armor Pokemon with no intimidate against special attackers. Let's go! Okay. Alright, Dave, you wanted to... this is not the next fight, but you wanted to see... must be nice. after I win this run in 6 months, I'll bring Monkey. You wanted to see the Blaziken fight. Well, check this out. See the Don Van character with the soft sand item and 31 attack IVs, which I had to scale for Watson. One shot Slowking, exactly. And then who might be the first fast kill that we will see? It's not Golurk. It's not Emboar. Sun's not even up. It's Overheat Blaziken. Overheat Blaziken, you say? Well, gee, I would love to have a full HP sturdy Donphan on the field for that. Let's just click high horsepower, baby. We live the overheat. We click high horsepower. And the guy dies. Turn 1. Show me a Shell Armor Donphan that does that. 2 turns, 2 frags, bait the Golurk. Alright, here's the sad part. It doesn't help. My box is so crap that I can't. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe now Sceptile can do it. I have to be able to get a guaranteed move out of this guy some way, somehow. In a way that gets me not full random Emboar. So anyway, we'll leave that for another day. Because I need to, do this one fight at a time. But I am very excited to sauce up another Blaziken because there are fewer of them this run now that I'm running Penguin than there were when I was a Turtle runner. So I have to relish in what I just call making fried chicken. Dave was not ready. He was not ready. How are you going to deal with the Blaziken now? How are you going to deal with it? You don't have any future sight. What are you going to do? I'm just going to KO it on turn 2. Easy. Freest chicken of all time. No problem. Click the A button. I'm not even going to click Toxic once. 8 one-shots 3 on the next fight. Does it now? It probably could overheat this guy if the sun were up. But I know that. Or are you talking about this one? Because if you're talking about this next fight, I got news for you. Turtle takes 3 on this fight. Were you not aware of the game? Oh, the Torkoal fight. Oh, I'm so glad that your starter can do another one of these special 4 Pokemon fights. I'm so proud of your ape. Although the 3 boom thing is pretty frustrating. And this is another Torkoal, so here's the deal. Torkoal sucks. We talked about this. We don't have Torkoal answers in the box. We can just say, F it, who needs gems, and we can rock gem this Torkoal with Caracosta because we keep Power Gem. That is an option. And it's a pretty good one because it baits... well, because we leveled up, it's no longer guaranteed. But it baits usually Power Whip Licky Licky for fast kill. If we wanted to, we could even probably manipulate some guaranteed damage on a Caracosta to set this up, but I think playing around booms in their entirety is pretty unlikely. So if we get Power Whip, what do we do then? Does anybody do damage to this thing? The answer is no. Nobody does reasonable damage to this guy. The one potential that we probably have to do is we probably just have to risk Mienshao here. Right, Mienshao with a Citrus Berry and Drain Punch is going to be full HP. And almost never baits Body Slam. Almost, right? Body Slam, getting Power Whip low roll into Body Slam would be a huge L. but that's life. So I don't think we have any other even like remotely close options. I think it's almost always a fighting type on this guy, and I only have one. Right? Yeah, nobody else even does half. Yep. All right, so we go. Is there a reason to go cherry? It might be that we just go lumberry. And by the way, we still have to dodge Fire Blast crit afterwards. Did I not mention that part? So we go lum. We straight up dodge a crit. Do we have anything better than that? Superpowered Drudagon? Well, actually, Drud's not terrible. Hold on. Drudagon? My go? Right, because we're risking boom no matter what. The question is simply, can we play around the other stuff? Ooh, you can do Skuntank. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, the classic get knocked off on purpose play might be cool. Sorry, got distracted. So, if we do it this way, and then we say, well, we could intimidate. No, that seems pretty bad. Yeah, that seems bad. So, the one nice thing about Rough Skin Drudagon is, one, it does rough skin damage. And the other nice thing is that I can either learn Rock Smash, or I can click and actually drop his defense because I'm not Sheer Force, or I can click Revenge and deal damage to him after he attacks me, and then outspeed him the next turn and KO with Dragon Claw. And so that means I'm taking roughly 50-ish%. Can I bait? I can bait Flareon that way. That means most of the time I would avoid the boom on Skuntank. Right? Most of the time. Yeah, most of the time I am getting Flareon. Obviously he can boom, but we're only dodging one boom turn in the battle. That's pretty good. Flareon, usually you can hard counter because you're switching in before he gets activated. Yeah, we can take Flareon random not Solar Beam and then just KO with Rock Slide, Kabu. We'll hold a Rost Berry just in case. And then that should get us Skuntank knockoff. So... And Gigalith kinda wins that whole thing. If we want to use Gigalith. Yep. We use Gigalith. We can't have an item because we're coming in on knockoff, but Gigalith clicks like Bulldoze into Earthquake, and unless we get burned, we're fine. But if we do get burned, he'll be -1 speed, and then we can just switch in anybody else, like Arcanine and KO. So, I think this one's actually pretty simple. If I spend the Rock Gem. If I don't, we're only dead to Earth Power crit. And he's Custap, but we have Protect. So I don't see any reason. I don't think it's worth it to play around one roll of Earth Power crit. Is it one roll? And we can probably get this extra HP if we have a Pokemon that baits, like Weavile Fake Out. Probably does something helpful here, right? Can we get 17% from somebody? How about Floatzel? We get 17% from Floatzel and not bait Earth Power? Baits Earth Power. We can get the Flip Turn. We don't care about Boom. How about you? You get Fire Blast, but you don't do enough damage. It would only be Floatzel, right? What's the other option? The other option... is like Arcanine lead to get an Intimidate first, right? I don't want to risk Boom on somebody important just to get myself a little bit of chip, but can I... Do I have... Who do I have that doesn't die to Explosion or another attack? Because I have good bulk around here. Okay. It's almost Donphan. Almost. But Donphan isn't going to bait the move 2 turns in a row. Hold up. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we bring Carnivine. I've got to be on crack, right? This can't be correct. We fake out Flip Turn in the sun. It's still possibly Fire Blast. In fact, Fire Blast is decently likely. I thought the water type could resist, but it doesn't, right? This is it. So I need, if I'm gonna not risk Caracost, in fairness, random between 3 moves is safer than just the Earth Power, which is what Caracosta is getting. And Explosion is safe. So it still makes sense to go Fake Out Flip Turn into Hardstone Power Gem Costa. That's safer than just leading Caracosta. And it guarantees no Boom from Licky Licky on the switch because we're taking damage on the way in. But unfortunately, if we get the unluckiest unlucky of all time, and the 1 in whatever that is, many hundreds happens, we could lose. Oh, 2! What's up, Bat Chest? That's what you always say to me. How you doing, King? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. We are, there we go. We are feeling triumphant after bringing the worst gauntlet team of all time and getting through it. And now we're trying to do things like bring Carnivine to a sun fight. So, you know, we're smoking shit. Alright. So... you can't help out at the finish. You can if I lead you, but probably can if I switch you into something. Well, that's not really true. And what do we have? What do we have? any way to switch in on random move? Who are my bulky guys? Bulky guys are Penguin. Penguin would get guaranteed body press in some instances and never dies to explosion. In fact, oh no, but we would die to body press crit, which is possible, right? Yes. So Floatzel gets, hold on, Floatzel gets not Earth Power. I'm an idiot. I'm doing all of this calculus. Floatzel doesn't get Earth Power. Earth Power is not highest damage ever. Overlap is Fire Blast, Body Press. So it's Floatzel into Costa with Hardstone, KO, and unless Fire Blast misses, it's always Power Whip. Or if we get like max roll crit, no, it's still never. It's always Power Whip. On Power Whip, we go Drudagon. With Cherry, we go Revenge Superpower. We dodge one boom turn. If the rolls go our favor, we get Flareon. If the rolls don't go our favor, we get Skuntank, and we'll bring an extra slot to help. Go Life Orb, absolutely. If it's Flareon, Kabutops with a Rostberry is a hard counter. We can never get Flareon at an HP range where it's Solar Beam. And then Gigalith should win, barring like really unlucky nonsense with Fire Blast Burn on Skuntank, which won't be able to boom. So that looks really good, but we are only barely dodging Skuntank, so if we get Body Slam crit non-para, then we can get Skuntank for knockoff Poison Jab. And if we do that, I think we still have to go to Gigalith. Maybe we don't go to Gigalith right away. Maybe we go somewhere else first to get Chip. To confirm the range. We could go to Weavile on that and click Fake Out. What about baiting? Right, what if we get boomed on, we also have to make sure we can bait properly later, because right now it just looks like Floatzel baits Flareon to KO it. Yeah, which kind of sucks. I guess, yeah, Costa would do the same thing. So I guess we would just put Kabu on the field and say, okay, Kabutops, go beat the Skuntank. Not really. Rapid Spin, Rock Slide, Rock Slide. And he can boom. Oof. Nope. Nope. So who's my bonus slot? That helps with Skuntank. I think it's Arcanine, because Arcanine lives boom non-crit and always KOs after some chip and will outspeed with the Bulldoze. So I'll bring Arcanine. Alright, bonus fight. I said last fight, but I lied because this was a fun cook. Instead of one that's damaging my mental. Flip turn strats are online, baby. Let's go. Drudagon? Drudagon? I hope this works. It ain't safe. It's not a lie if you change your mind, Dave. It just means that things are different now than they were once before. Alright. You get a Rost. You two get no items. Drudagon needs a Cherry? Correct. Cherry. Hardstone, we saved the gem. Power Gem Gaming, and then we have enough, right? It's 83, doing, yeah, we do 20 without any item on you. And so in the off chance we're switching into the mean guy with knockoff, we will not have an item. All right, Drudagon, clutch up, buddy. Don't get boomed on. And it's all good. Everybody's leveled up. Everybody's leveled up. I finally didn't screw that up. Overlay. I know what I'm doing. Alright, for real last fight, because I want to find a way to use that Don Fan lead that I teased. And I want to do it with fresh eyes. Okay. Let's go. Kindler El Jefe. All right. This is Custapberry Torkoal with Explosion. Yay. The good news is Floatzel never baits Earth Power, because our Floatzel has better SPDEF than defense. So this is Body Press Fire Blast. We don't hard switch, we flip turn, because we need some chip. This can blow up, we don't care if it does. Boom is safer than Earth Power, which is not a phrase I thought I would be saying today. Body Press, we always live, even though we're Swift Swim guy. There's the crit, okay. That was a high roll crit as well, awesome. Give me that Power Gem Gaming. Crit not needed. Crit not needed. What's up, Faulty? I love this game too. Come on. Come on. Those are my 2 0 attack Pokemon teaming up to take out that Torkoal with its immense defense stat. Alright, Licky Licky. Max roll of Body Slam and Fire Blast are 21 and 22 respectively. This is guaranteed Power Whip. No boom allowed. Drudagon, the next huge goat we pulled along the way. Guy pull active. Get in there, King. Hit him with a little rough skin. Alright, we have superpower, but we don't want to drop our own defenses. We're absolutely dead to Explosion here. But we're going to click Revenge. We're going to risk 1 boom this fight. It feels mandatory to risk 1. We're Cherry. 81 HP. Let's check the HP range too. This can KO, it probably won't. But we're faster. We're 3 points faster. We just don't click Revenge again. Dragon Claw always kills with the Rough Skin chip. And this should be Flareon, because highest roll knockoff is 69. Skuntank doesn't have a kill. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Unboosted Flareon can't touch my Kabutops. It can't collect Solar Beam, the one move that would do massive damage without Guts active. After 5 fights, we finally leveled our Kabutops up. We kept forgetting. Alright. We're faster. Rock Slide always kills. Alright, Skuntank is last. Skuntank can't boom. We're not dead to anything. I think we're gonna live 2. He's gonna knock off for 66. And then he's gonna have 45. 66 and 45 is 111, if my late night math is correct. So I think Kabutops can actually finish the job. Almost. Let's just get the Rock Slide chip. Okay. No more berry. Knockoff max roll is 45. It can't boom because it's last mon. We will not make the throw play and click Aqua Jet to die to Aftermath at the end. But we will Rock Slide again. Rock Slide's not contact, so we can KO with crit, that's fine. We're never dead. We don't care about random move next turn. Okay. Aqua Jet would be such a throw here. It'd be incredible work. Go to Gigalith. Thank you, Dave. You're a goat as always. Huge work as a moderator. Alright, and then we can KO with anything, but we'll click Earthquake because it's not contact. This is Fire Blast. Nice crit. Cute. Alright. Let's go. Dare I say we have momentum. I legit thought we were losing multiple Pokemon and using multiple gems to get to this point in the gym. So, very happy with Deathless. Right. You would think I'd know how this gym works by now. I know, all Dave wants is for me to wipe and go play Monkey. He's been waiting for me to lose and play Monkey for like 3 weeks, I guess now. Almost 3 weeks. With this shit box. But I just won't die, will I? I just won't die. Oh, and so far, Kanto Arcanine has literally just been worse worse Hisui Arcanine. It's done the same things, but doesn't have Rock Slide or a normal resist. I'm sure that won't be true once it gets Overheat, as it's currently our only possible Groudon answer. Oh, no, now we have Sceptile. So it should be fun. And then I'll give the teaser to the raiders that were so kind to stop by. We already know what our lead is on this next fight. It's Donphan. Donphan with Soft Sand and 31 attack. KOs the Slowking. Exactly. And then baits Blaziken for Overheat. Exactly. And we're sturdy, and Overheat can't burn, so we just chain the Blaziken on turn 2. That's what we know we're doing, but we'll have to figure out the rest another time. Because then we have full random move Golurk, and that's kind of a nightmare. Because so far I haven't found a way to not bait full random move Embor, which is going to be a treat. But I actually think I can deal with full random Embor as long as I have 2 slots. I can do full rando with 2 slots, not 1. And the only new thing since I looked at this were Drudagon and the Sceptile, who doesn't KO Golurk. I would have thought that Sceptile could do Golurk. I can't level it up higher because I need him for... This is my lead. So 52 is the max I can be. Can I get... What if I got Leaf Storm right away? Okay. Leaf Storm would do it on Earthquake exactly. From level 52. Sandslash owns the Flygon if you can get it to click exactly Scale Shot. But I also have Weavile that outspeeds and KOs it, so if I can get Scale Shot or Giga Drain, I win. Drudagon's a great pivot, so we'll see. Right, any special move can let Sandslash do it, but I have to have the slots. And most of the things so far that I've been bringing are baiting other stuff. I do. Here's my Never Melt Ice boosted Sandslash. Clicking Ice Shard into Flygon, I do 86%. So, I mean, if I have the pivots to get some Life Orb ticks, then I'm okay. But I can't switch in. I could switch in on Giga Drain as well. Hit the ranges. Listen to yourself. Who are you talking to? Hit the ranges. The ranges. We don't even have a line yet, and you're asking me to hit ranges. You crazy. You crazy fool. Who are you talking to? Our last range was 4 splits ago in a different run. Hit the range. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. This is one of those spots where I miss Torterra so dearly. Torterra destroys the Golurk. Indeed, yes. I taught Soy Chow how to Nuzlocke, for sure. People don't know this, but I am the true father of Nuzlocking. So I think that Golurk third is just bad. But I mean, I really want to do the Blaziken thing, and I don't really have any other leads that work. Funny enough, though, that Zoroark can come in on Shadow Punch or block and foul play the Golurk. That feels very satisfying. But then we get random move Embor. Steelix takes most of random move Embor, which is impressive, I must say. It's an impressive feat. As does Drudagon. Good job, buddy. But then we have to have answers for all of the versions of this on the team. And that seems unlikely. Can I intimidate this Golurk? I don't think so. All my intimidators just die to one of its moves. Like, I kid you not, at one point I was just looking at this and saying, oh, I'll just switch in Masquerain. 2 out of 3 times, Masquerain doesn't die. Meanwhile, it's dead 2 rolls of -1. Yikes. Penguin has not shown up well in this gym in particular. I will give you that. It can pivot on the Flygon to get guaranteed Earthquake, which would be useful because we probably do need to bring Talonflame. Our Talonflame is not able to deal with the Blaziken. A lot of Talonflames are. Ours is neither faster at +1, nor does it do enough damage to KO even reliably well. So, despite the fact that we have an incredible chain kill set up to start the battle, we might not be able to use it, which is smoge, as the people would say. Very smoge. For another night. Alright, I'm gonna actually get some sleep. Is anybody else live? Maybe. Let's see if we can raid somebody. Not really. Nope. Alright, I guess that's just the end of it. So, thank you all for being here. Appreciate your time and your company. You have yourself a great night, great day, wherever you are in your time zone, and I'll see you next time.